So what, you want like 13 nails? And you want like a chandelier with 13 bulbs in it? Because what, are you going to die? All right.
My mother was haunted. My dad was haunted. I'm haunted. I'm a haunted bitch.
So these hack theme park people, not Hershey, not Mr. Flags.
I'm getting scared. Are you guys scared?
So many rooms.
Nice try, haunted slut.
Welcome to Overshadowed, everyone, the only podcast about the siblings and spouses of famous people. I'm Zach.
I'm Charles.
And today we're covering Sarah Lockwood Winchester, the wife of William Writ Winchester. She was the heiress to the fortune made by the Winchester Repeating Arms Company, and she is the self-taught architect behind the sprawling 700-room mansion known as the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California. With us, we have the wonderful Maggie Lalley.
Hey, guys.
Who has led
Hey,
us?
fellas.
Who has led us? Hey, fellas. Who has led
Dumb
us?
slut.
Dumb slut here. Our first dumb slut to the pod.
My first.
Wow, we had Nick Hopping, and he's an intelligent slut.
Whatever.
You're the first dumb
whatever.
one. No. The dumb ones
Oh,
are.
okay. It's an honor.
Yeah, nobody likes an intelligent
Exactly.
slut.
Nobody liked his content.
Bah, bah, bah,
Mama,
bah, bah.
shut the fuck up.
Bah, bah, bah,
Yeah, I'm stupid. So
Talking about
hell yeah.
philosophy all the time. Just suck my dick, Nick.
It's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you for welcoming. And you actually led, didn't you? What
A
is your
seance?
Well, obviously, we're going to do it at the end of the pod.
obviously.
Yeah.
But what? So I was talking to you about this, Sarah and the Winchester House, and then you told me that you have like a personal history with it.
Yeah, so I used to work for this company where we did like online hosting for corporate events, and it was all like Halloween themed, like corporate Zoom events, and it was all about the Winchester House.
Whoa.
And
so
like
they-
the whole goal of the game that you're playing, like with different teams for these like corporate events, whatever, is like to get out of the house.
You did a virtual escape
virtual
room, a virtual
literally,
corporate escape.
Yep, I did many virtual corporate
Wow.
escape rooms based on Sarah Winchester.
So what are you like looking at like PDFs trying to find
It's-
clues?
First of all, let me tell you something. I didn't understand the game.
but you were in charge.
Hosting the game, no idea how. Wouldn't have been able to solve the game.
Okay.
People barely solve the game, by the way, because it's like if you get a map.
I am so bad at escape rooms.
Oh my god! I never.
physical
I
world.
don't do them when I get invited to escape room. I say I'm ill because
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna
I'm going to
humiliate.
escape this plane.
Exactly. I'm going to humiliate myself
Yeah.
because I'm like I can't. But anyway, it's
are
very hard.
humiliating.
No one. They are, and no one got out. Like 10%, and we did so many of these. It was like.
Wow.
But basically, you got a map, and you just were going through the house, and it's like all these different clues, and like all the different like little things about her, the little like cute little idiosyncrasies are part of the game. And
Right.
it's cute, and you got to break the glass. That was like the final clue because of all the stained glass.
Oh, nice.
And no one got that. So
Yes.
everyone was just trapped in the house, and it was a really unsatisfying ending for a lot of these
Because no
corporate.
one's like
So they
destroying- no one's like destroying the house must be what I must do.
Right. It was just really difficult. It was just like a really difficult.
Were
virtual
people
game.
angry at the end?
Yeah, they were really more sad.
Really?
Not as
feel
angry.
dumb.
They're just like you're like well nobody won. Like you're the host.
That'll
You're like
be $2,000.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like it's literally like $100, $100.
And there will be
ahead.
layoffs after this. For the people
So if you
who
lose,
didn't
you're gonna get
make
laid
it.
off, and that's not really whatever. But you will be fired. And yeah, so a lot of people
And then
lost.
they can't get
and-
unemployment because it's based on performance. Is why they laid you
That's
off.
right.
Yeah,
that's
They're like,
right.
it wasn't overstaffing. You failed the
Yeah,
the mystery house
You failed
Zoom
the
call.
Winchester
Yeah.
game. So, but yeah, it was very just a very anticlimactic ending for a lot of the teams. It was just so sad.
Did you ever take? You
Yeah.
can. We might do this on the pod because it's only $9. We can
Oh,
take
the
a virtual
tour.
tour of the house.
I would love to do it.
We might do it at the end. We
I'm
could.
totally down because that was kind of what it was. It was really well done. I mean, whoever designed the game it was like gorgeous. It's
Yeah.
probably similar to maybe
if you're in San Jose, you should go. I would love to.
I would
I
go.
really want to go, and I'm not gonna lie. I did watch these like young Gen Z TikTokers do a tour
Oh,
of the
boy.
Winchester
Oh,
House,
boy.
and they were like, "It's like weird in here." like I feel anxiety, and like, what is that about? It's like, and so I had to turn it off. But like the 5 minutes was
That's
because
because anxiety is their brand.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. That's their whole thing.
They're at a Denny's. I feel kind of anxious.
Oh my god! But Denny's does
it's more
cause
haunted.
anxiety.
It's
That's
more haunted than the
Denny's
Winchester Mystery
is
House.
more haunted than this whole thing. This whole thing. I went to a Denny's in
I
Pennsylvania.
think more people have died from Denny's than
Dude.
the Winchester Repeating Rifle.
Absolutely. No, when I was at a Denny's in Philadelphia like 2 months ago after a concert, I was like, I had to leave. We ordered food and we left. And we left $20
Really?
on the
Why?
table
What'd you
because-
feel?
Because
A hand on your shoulder?
Because
Yeah.
demons,
A fat
fucking
Fucking
kindly.
blueberry syrup demon.
You ever get a
Well,
moons over
it
Miami?
was just like
The
it
dark
was like
side
a
of the
dust.
moon.
There was like dust on the tables, and
Oh.
and I said that the clientele wasn't great, and but it was just like sadness. I could
Yeah.
see the kitchen from where I was sitting. People were fighting in the kitchen.
Oh, wow.
There were fights. It was like
A diner's already kind of de
It's
facto
seedy.
sad, but a
It's-
chain
Oh,
diner.
it was brutal.
Yeah.
And
It's
I was
tough.
so excited to go to Denny's. I was
Yeah.
like high as fuck. I was really excited for Denny's, and then I was like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah,
I was
especially when you're
scared.
baked. When you're
I
really
was
high
so
and you gotta
scared.
get out of somewhere.
I was like,
it's
there's
really
demons
scary.
afoot. There's demons afoot in the Denny's.
Being high and
Gotta
scared
go.
is one of the worst things.
And I do it every night.
Denny the demon.
Every night.
Every night you gotta get high and scared.
I gotta stretch. I get scared. Go to bed.
Yep.
All right, let's restart the pod.
Okay, so let's
Sarah Winchester.
What can I do? All right.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. She was born in 1893 and grew up well educated in New Haven, Connecticut.
1839.
18th. Oh my God!
Yeah,
I've
you're
been doing that a
dyslexic.
lot.
You know, it's dyscalculia.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's when you confuse
Well, I can't
numbers.
spell that
Get it
calculia.
together. It throws off the whole timeline, Zach. God.
It
It's
does.
1839, for God's
She
sake.
died when she was 22. Okay, she was born in 1839, and
That's
she grew
right.
up well educated in New Haven, Connecticut. And she's very interesting because she was widowed by William when she was about 40, who left her an enormous fortune that he had earned selling Winchester rifles, specifically the Winchester Repeating Rifle.
Bang, bang.
Which, thank you, which is known, not a lot of people know what rifles are. So it's a good sound cue to clue some of the people
That's
in.
their jingle. that was their
That's-
Winchester.
Bang, bang.
That's the perfect role
You
for
see
the
how
dumb
the bang
slut.
repeats? That's right.
I say the
I
history
know
and you're
that-
like,
I know
bang,
that-
bang.
I know all the hot historical jingles.
It's known as the gun that won the West. Who lost the West? We don't talk about that.
You only hear about who lived in the North and the South.
Probably socialists.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, killed a lot of Native Americans. It actually wasn't used very much during the Civil War, even though it was invented.
Well, wasn't
around
it
the
super
Civil War.
expensive? That's what it was.
It was
right?
kind of
like
expensive,
500
but it also
bucks.
rusted very easily on the battlefield.
Oh.
So they improved that in later models.
Okay.
But during the Civil War, it wasn't there yet.
Interesting.
If it was cold, it would jam.
Oh.
So they did
Yeah.
sell a lot.
Kind of
a
like
dick.
us.
I
Yeah.
said like a dick.
Kind of like a dick.
Yep.
Bang, bang. No more.
Do you guys know how much money she was left in today's money by her late husband?
Yes.
Like 1.2 billion.
No, that's way too much.
1.2.
Oh, actually, with the stocks, maybe. But
yeah,
it was
that's
a,
well, I meant that.
I know
it's
you
with the
did.
stocks.
I know you did. You went
know.
total net worth,
Yeah, that's right.
adjusted for inflation. It was about $500 million,
That's
which is
insane.
ludicrous.
That's
like an insane amount of money for a lone woman. What is she going to buy?
Alone.
So many purses.
Woman.
Are there even that many shoes on this earth?
You're giving this to a lonely woman. Are you kidding me?
Come on.
Come on.
They only need one blouse and a stove.
And at this point in her
No,
life,
no pants.
when
No skirt. One blouse and a stove.
when her husband dies, basically everyone in her family has died by then. So she moves to
So
California
sad.
to fund perpetual construction on an originally 8-room farmhouse that she transforms into this massive, strange estate. There's stairs that end in ceilings, windows that only open up onto brick walls. And throughout this episode, we're going to get into the reasons why she constructed such a huge flippin' house. So we're going to start with her childhood, which is where we got to start. Real standard Connecticut gal.
Hell yeah.
Yuppie. Went to Yale.
Belle of the, what was it? Belle of the
She's-
town?
Yeah.
She was
yeah.
the belle
Young
of the town.
Belle, 12-year-old.
Yeah,
That's
people were saying she was like a hottie,
stunning.
but
She's
she was like
hot.
a chick.
She was like
kid.
12.
Well, yeah, yeah.
That's when women
That's
were
when you
hot
get
back
hot.
then.
So, and that's as far
That's
as it
when you
goes.
peak.
That's when you peak, right
I
at
just wish there
12.
was a because they all of the town they called her the belle of the
The
town.
belle of the
I don't
town.
know how that's decided.
It's like how many 12-year-olds were there that
Yeah,
they're
who was in
like
the running?
right, and she's really small too.
Yeah.
That's like kind
Oh
of
yeah,
good
she's
to know.
didn't she grow up to
4'10",
be 4? Yeah.
4'10", and probably smaller after all the construction.
Why?
She's aging. She's
She
The
did-
crazy.
contractor misses hits her with a hammer.
Dust.
Yeah, it could be dust. Get-
Mezzo.
The earthquake collapse.
Yeah.
You never know.
Mhm,
She's collapsing along with the house.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
Ooh, they're connected.
Yeah, I'm making connections now. Tom's Latin house.
She grew up pretty wealthy. She's very smart. She knew Latin, French, Spanish, and Italian by the time she was 12 and super hot.
Very okay.
What?
I was gonna say never mind.
Fuckable.
Yeah, very fuckable 12.
All right.
I think that's how people described her.
Picking it up from here, her father was a carpenter, and he started getting into Victorian stuff, which she fell in love with.
Yes.
So she started to like all this spirally. I feel like you're kind of a Victorian gal.
Are you kidding me? Thank you.
You're welcome.
I am honored. That's what a compliment.
You have that really cool green dress. Would you call that Victorian?
I call it.
Put it on.
I don't have it here. It's at my mother's home, but I call that Scarlett O'Hara on ecstasy. Yeah, but it looks like a quinceañera dress to me. But I don't really think of it. I don't really think of it as a Victorian dress. It's more of a quinceañera dress.
But of my friends who have dresses, I think that's the closest.
For sure.
To a you know the
and
dress
it's
I'm
not
talking
even
about?
Victorian.
Yeah, the sex witch dress.
Oh,
right?
thank you.
Yeah. Go check Maggie's show out, Sex Witch.
Yeah, Sex Witch the musical. It's December 8th.
December
Tiny
8th
cupboard.
if you live in NYC.
Tiny cupboard. It's going to be fun.
She got admitted to Yale, Yale's only female institution, known as the Young Ladies Collegiate Institute, which we'll call Girl Yale moving forward.
Girl Yale.
Girl Yale.
You got into girl
Are
Yale?
you in Girl Yale?
I'm in Boy Yale.
I got to.
I'm in BY.
And so when she was a kid, they moved next door to the Winchesters, who at the time were in charge of a clothing company. But later, the Winchester dad, Oliver, I think, purchased an arms company called Volcanic Arms that was in financial trouble. And then he got into the firearms business from the clothing business.
They could have invented the T-shirt cannon.
Yeah, that would have been the perfect intersection of those
Absolutely.
businesses. Yet the world would have to wait another 150 years
Until basketball stadiums.
to launch shirts.
Can you imagine how advanced
Hundreds
the
of
T-shirt cannon
yards.
would be now if they were invented in 1839?
Holy shit! You'd have like guided missiles.
Yeah.
You're sending T-shirts to people watching games internationally, like on VPNs. You're like, all right,
that's
guys,
great.
who wants a T-shirt?
They explode. They
Flies
die.
to Kuwait,
Yeah.
You're going to die.
hits an insurgent, and then goes to the kid who wanted it. It's very smart
God.
these days.
It's very,
It's very intelligent. I mean, the Winchester Repeating Rifle is how they made all their money. And you've probably seen it before. Like, I didn't really know what it was, and then I looked it up. I'm like, oh, I've seen
Well,
this.
it's like
Yeah.
Annie Oakley uses it,
Yeah.
right? And then
Yeah.
who's the other famous cowboy person? There's like
There was a famous outlaw and sheriff that used it.
I don't know, but,
But
it's the one where you're on a horse.
yeah,
and you shoot.
and you're like bang 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 on,
Yeah.
on
It's
the
like
horse, and
it's,
you're just
it's,
like
it's like a bop it.
right.
It really is, because you like pull
Well,
the
what
bop
does it say?
it.
15 rounds in 15 seconds? That's
Yeah.
insane.
That's substantial, because it used to be a Civil War musket, which was the other option. Was you're like so slow.
yeah.
You seem personally
and you have to
distraught.
reload. It's like, oh my god.
You have to
this is
it takes
so
you can shoot about one round in
annoying.
15 seconds.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
And you gotta be really
I wouldn't
accurate.
like that. I wouldn't
No,
like
I
that.
would hate that.
No.
I wouldn't buy
I'd
a
be like, I
musket.
quit the war. I'm over it.
So it's way better than the Civil War musket. Blah blah blah. You didn't have to manually reload it, and it was very successful. They made about 720,000 in total, and they cost a pretty
That's a
penny.
lot.
Actually, it was
Yeah.
pretty cheap. They cost $500 in modern money, which is not that
in
much.
modern
Okay.
money, I missed the modern part.
Oh wow!
That's why
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
would've been-
oh my
that was $20,000.
God. Holy shit. Wow.
Yeah,
But still, it's kind of like an elite gun to have.
that's a
definitely.
sweet
It's like
gun.
the best gun of the
sweet
time,
fucking
for sure.
gun.
But it is the fact that it wasn't used in the Civil War means it was mainly used for killing Native Americans.
Which
You know what I mean? Which is not great. Every American, I've been watching a lot of American history documentaries, and it always has like a 2-minute chunk about it, and then it just
and
moves
then
on.
it just
what a-
breezes
yeah.
Our great
past it.
nation continued forward.
Oh God.
It's crazy.
We did what
It's
we
so
had
sad.
to do, and thank your lucky stars, you are where you are.
Yeah. But then, so everything's going like super well for
Yeah,
Sarah and her
she's
husband.
crushing it.
She's crushing it.
Yeah.
She loves her. Oh, it was an arranged marriage.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
they
it
met
was.
as kids.
They did
No,
meet as
they
kids.
met
They
as
met as kids
kids.
at a Baptist church.
Okay.
Yeah, they
But
met.
I think it was. I think
but eventually,
they're-
they got married. I don't think it was arranged though.
they
'cause
loved each other.
They loved each other.
But
yeah.
I think their families were like, it'd be good if you guys.
Great. I mean, great. Happened to be a great union.
So maybe like a
but
soft,
also there's love.
Soft engage.
like
There
parents
was-
approve.
Yeah.
But
I
all-
think it's
okay.
it's a union of the families, but also it's like they love each other.
Yeah,
and
they did love each other a lot.
And they met at. He also went to Boy Yale. I'm pretty sure
He went to Boy Yale,
He went
yeah.
to Boy Yale. She's at Girl Yale, and they meet, and they also went to church together as kids.
She also must have been. I think it had to click because she was a huge introvert. Like she hid from everybody all the
Yeah.
time. So it was like,
I don't know.
You don't know?
She was shy.
They said that she was shy, but I think that's after all of the tragedy.
Well,
I
even
wouldn't say that
even
she.
in New Haven, it was kind of industrial, and they were saying that kind of like it was too chaotic for
well,
her.
she's getting sexualized at 12, so why
that's
wouldn't
true.
she be
She's the
introverted?
belle.
I'd be an introvert if someone was like, "She's the belle," and I'm like, "I don't even have my period.
Yeah.
What's happening? Why am I a belle?
Come out and parade around
I don't
the
bleed.
city.
Why am I a belle?"
I'd love to ring her. Yeah, that's pretty funny. It's like
it's
maybe she
odd.
would have been more confident
Well,
if she wasn't
absolutely.
didn't get so much
when you're not
attention.
getting catcalled by all the New Haven, like hooligans,
Yeah, before
right?
your quinceañera, you're
Right.
it's like spotlight.
It's
Pre-quinceanera Belle, yeah, it's gross. She wouldn't have worn the dress yet, and she's it's just like
it wouldn't have fit her.
It wouldn't have fit her.
No.
And also it wouldn't have fit her because she was 4'10".
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 5'10". Just want to be
She
clear.
needed like a large doll's dress.
Yeah.
Like a big
Yeah.
doll.
Well, isn't that legally? Well, I don't want to say.
I think it is legally a
We know.
Midge. A smidge?
a dwarf.
She's a smidget. She's like a smidge a midget.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's like she's the tallest midge.
Absolutely.
Right. What an accolade.
Yeah,
It's
she's
an
the belle
honor.
of the ball and the tallest.
Belle the ball and the
midge.
tallest.
So she's
What's
a,
hotter?
So she's a decorated hottie by 12.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm saying maybe she was. Yeah, she's introverted,
Didn't
but
like
I think it
all
got
the
worse.
attention.
Yeah,
Definitely
got
after
it.
all that. Yeah, I don't think she liked the attention. Definitely. I mean, I think she wanted a beautiful family. I mean, she got married. She got married at 23. Now that's pretty
Yeah.
like late for them.
Medium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like normal
Yeah.
for now, So and he was 25. So it's like it was pretty normal. I was waiting for it on the podcast I was listening to, like she's 23, he's 40. I was waiting.
Sure.
For it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it wasn't. He's
Yeah,
like
they
It
had
was
like a
nice.
young
good
and
marriage, and they
normal.
had a nice,
Yeah.
briefly
well,
daughter.
Well, 1 month of
Yeah.
glory.
1 month of a glorious
of
daughter.
Glorious.
But so they're
So
rich. They're
sad.
building
They're
bigger houses.
loaded.
They're
It's
doing
crazy.
very well.
Yeah.
And then they have this daughter in 1866. They have her for 40 days.
And 40 nights.
And 40 nights. So come on, guys.
Come on.
You had enough time.
Yeah.
And she died of this wasting disease called marasmus, which is where your body can't metabolize protein. So even though you're eating, you starve to death.
Jeez.
It's crazy.
Which
You
is
know
brutal.
what? I feel like now that baby would have been fine.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure babies go through that and they are given a different formula and they're
Yeah.
fine.
You know what's crazy
Or
about
something,
you
you
know
know?
you know how you hear back in time that like people only live till 40?
Yeah.
That's not true. The infant mortality rate was very high. So the average lifespan was around 40. If you
Okay.
got past 1 or 2, you would live to be 60, 70, 80.
Right.
But everyone thinks they're like, well, people died when they were no, they didn't.
Everybody was dying when they were 10 back then.
Yeah, you're like, that's
Yeah.
the natural end of your life. It's 35.
Well, I think people also if you had a weird disease, like even an allergy, you're like, well, you're gonna die
Yeah,
because
yeah,
no
yeah.
one's gonna help you.
Right.
Everyone just thinks you're weird and you're gonna die
And
at
you
family
should
dinner.
die. Yeah.
You have a nut and you're dead, and people are like, oh, well, he's just a weird
Do
guy.
you think we're going to become weaker as humans?
Oh yeah,
As technology advances and keeps the weaker ones alive? I think
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's like
Welcome to my podcast, Eugenics.
eugenics.
We should kill the weak.
Why
Why
it's
are
not
the
a
weak
great
alive?
Title. Yeah, why are the weak alive?
I don't like it. Yeah, it's the survival of the weakest. Everyone's surviving now.
Yeah,
Everyone's surviving.
A lot of survivors.
Well, it's like, right, how long should everyone live? Should we really be living to 100? I mean, that's pretty long.
yeah,
Like
the
Louis
big
C.K. has that joke where it's like, life is really long. It's not short. It's just super long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really,
yeah,
really
it
good
has
joke.
gotten pretty long. Which I'm terrified to die every day.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Do you think about
really?
death a lot?
Yeah,
Really?
I think sometimes when I'm having like a moment, like I'll go to the park or something, and then I have a realization, like, oh, I can just do whatever I want with my time, and then I think, oh, well, if I don't do that, then I'm wasting my time and this time on Earth.
Yeah. Okay, well.
I can slip
are
into
you
the
in therapy,
existential
or?
dread. No, I need to.
You're
get into
not?
therapy.
Well, welcome.
No, I need to get into therapy.
Well, we got the right couch for it. I want
This is good. This is
I
a
know,
good
it's
therapy,
good therapy
couch.
couch.
If I think about death, I just go, I just go, everybody's going to do it. That's my only thought. I go, at least everybody does it. And then I'm good.
So it's
At
not
least
weird.
we're all in this together.
At least it's
Yeah.
not weird that I do it.
No.
Well, I
just
think
go,
getting
die.
super existential at a park is exhausting,
It doesn't happen all the time.
Okay, that's good.
No,
That's
it's not
good.
like every time I see a tree, I'm like, oh,
So
what
how
is
am
it
I
to
going to
live?
spend my time?
Yeah.
I'm looking at a tree and I'm just freaking out. I don't really get super existential about death because I'm like, I think a lot of times I'm like, I could be hit by a bus literally any second.
Yeah.
In my apartment, there's buses everywhere in this apartment. You don't understand.
It's a real bussy neighborhood.
It's really crazy here. So so I think that I'm like, well, I might as well do exactly what I want to do, and not have not too much shame. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't be ashamed of what I want to do.
Yeah. Because you have to go through shame to realize you don't need it.
But to be honest, I felt really immortal in my 20s, and now
Mm-hmm.
in my late 40s, I still feel like death won't come for me. I don't know why, but I feel.
Even now in my early 50s.
I just turned 53, and
And I bought these purple leggings, and it's a new lease on life.
That's right. I feel protected by angels. I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
I also say thanks, guys. That's me praying.
Gracias.
You guys, thank you.
Are one of those for rent? I would love an angel.
Can I lease one of your angels?
You can totally lease one of my angels.
Maggie's angels.
They're part of my family, but they're my
It doesn't
uncles.
matter. I'll take one out.
Not creepy though. Not creepy uncle angels.
So after their daughter dies. After their daughter
Back
dies.
to Marasmus. Was that the name of her?
Marasmus.
That was her name.
should have
The
been
new
her name.
millennial
That was her
name.
first name. Oh, I named my daughter Marasmus after Sarah
kind of a
Winchester's
beautiful
late
name.
baby.
After the disease that ate her alive.
It's a beautiful name.
It's a beautiful
name.
Marasmus
Call her,
Lalley.
call
Okay.
her Marasma.
Marasma.
My friends call her Raz.
That's Raz, short for Marasma.
It's a wasting disease.
Her
She's
parents
so
are
thin.
obsessed with Sarah Winchester.
I wish I had marasmus.
I wish I couldn't metabolize protein. God.
I would eat so much bread.
That's carbs.
Yeah, that's carbs.
Yeah, that's why I would
That's
eat so much bread.
Marasmus.
Oh, because you
But if
still
you
get
had,
fat.
yeah.
Shit.
Fat and die.
1839.
So Sarah withdraws even more.
The baby dies.
The baby dies, and then Sarah withdraws even more, and the husband throws himself into his work.
Oh,
Which-
classic
classic
husband. Can't even
husband,
be
man.
there for
Yeah.
his fucking mom grieving this
If I
terrible loss.
sell more rifles, my daughter's
He's like,
not
I'll
dead.
just build more guns. That'll work.
Yeah.
That'll comfort her.
That'll bring her
Yeah.
back.
I won't hug her, but
So he starts going internationally to sell the repeating rifle. He goes like to England, which is
Yeah.
like, hey, they killed our Indians. Let's kill theirs.
Yeah, you like
You know
killing
what I mean?
Indians, right? These things will
Yeah.
kill 15 Indians a second.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the IK-47.
he's a great salesman.
Yeah.
The Indian Killer
They're
47.
like, all right.
You guys got Indians here, I heard, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You guys like them?
Good.
Didn't think so.
my
Now,
God.
why I'm here?
Is this your PowerPoint for work, Charles? This is your.
Yeah, yeah. Charles
your
has become one of the
PowerPoint voice.
greatest salesmen east of the Mississippi. He can sell anything.
Don't brag about it yet. I don't want her to think I'm not cool. I don't want her to be intimidated by my
You
success.
can sell a TP to an
At my
Indian.
new
I'll tell you
job.
what.
I am selling TVs at my new job.
That is alcohol.
So he starts selling all these guns internationally. So she's like even more alone, and then
Dude.
everybody in
Starts
her
dying.
family starts dying. Her in order. Her mother. This is after her daughter. Her mother,
Right.
her father-in-law, her mother-in-law. This is not in order. I'm realizing, but you know, you get the point.
It's all in the same year.
Yeah, it's in the same year. It's her mother in 1880. It's her mother, her father-in-law, and then New Year's, Happy New Year with your husband, and then in March he dies.
TB.
TB.
The Burke.
You guys got the Burke.
You got the Burke? You know
the
what?
shots. You get the tuberculosis inoculation.
I think I have
don't
my
know, yeah.
inoculation.
It was the
Yes.
first two. Well, not the first, but you know when you got the COVID vaccines, it was 2
Yeah.
doses. The TB was also that.
Oh.
I don't know if you remember that.
They gave with COVID. They shot you with
Nope,
some
this
TB.
is when I
No,
was a
like
kid.
like
Oh,
when it
when you were a
first came
baby.
out, and everyone was like, "I'm not taking the TB vax."
Yeah,
I'm so anti.
they're trying to
vax.
distract you, man.
No,
TB
dude,
is whatever. It's fine. It's not
TBH?
even.
Honestly, they give you the TB vaccine, and there's like a lump in
There-
your.
there is a lump.
There's a
That's right.
lump,
And
so
it
it's like,
stays-
is
it
it?
sta-
It's beeping.
That's
Why is it
weird.
beeping?
Yeah, yeah.
Why is it beeping?
It's a ball. They're putting some kind of ball. It's
Why is
that's,
when I open my
that's the
computer
real
it goes
chip.
connected? Why is that
Connected.
true?
Bluetooth. Yeah, it's a
But
classic.
it's only Windows, and it's Bill. Bill's looking at me. Bill's trying. I think Bill's buying my feed pics.
But yeah, TB. I love TB because I think. Well, I call it consumption because I'm a classic gal, and I've been a slut with consumption a few times Halloween. You just put on a corset, bloody napkin, bam.
Consumption slut.
Scoff not blood. What are you? I'm a consumption slut, obviously. Wake up. Well, also, I'm a big fan of that disease because of Moulin Rouge, and the main character dies of consumption, TB. And she has a bloody napkin and a corset.
What is TB? What does it do to you?
It's you're just like it's like blood fluid in your lungs. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
and like,
you drown.
and you
Basically.
yeah, because they throw you into a river because you're
Right, because yeah.
But I think it's like fluid in your lungs, and you start to cough up blood and stuff. Just like a terrible cough. It never goes
There's
away.
some diseases that just like hijack your body,
I
and they're like everything's
know.
gonna be different now.
And then I think, well, not to like get ahead of whatever
Sure.
this is, but that's why that's I think part of why she moved west, because she want to get TB because it's better air.
Are you serious?
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's my
Interesting.
theory. Again, well, I'm anti-medium now, so
yeah.
So that's my theory is why she went west, because I think she was like, well, everyone's getting sick and dying in the east in the cold, so I want to be west where it's warm, and I'm not going to cough.
No
Interesting.
TB in the air.
No TB in the air.
They
here.
say just like COVID, if it dies in the heat.
That's true. It does die in the heat. I have COVID right now, and it's because it's
Yeah,
cold.
it's gone.
I turned my thermostat up to 80. I'm good.
I just melt in here.
That's why she probably had the Hall of Fire. You know about that?
Wait. I remember this from the virtual game.
Yeah.
But I'm forgetting about
you had to
what
set
is
one
it?
of your coworkers on fire and then dig the clue out of their ashes.
Right. Wait, so wait, no.
You
what
idiots.
was-
You had to set Mark on fire.
You're all fired. You're all
You're
fired.
all fired.
Fuck the Hall of Fire. Didn't touch his ass, so
You're
yeah.
fired.
You're literally fired. What was the Hall of Fire?
The Hall of Fire was a 4-fireplace having hallway where she would light them all and do like a sauna
That's so cool.
Oh, yeah.
to soothe her arthritis.
So
Yes.
it's a fucking spa. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
a
It's not
spa-way,
creepy.
Spallway.
I think
Spallway.
I've been to.
Spallway Bay.
They have a Hall of Fire in Sojo, Jersey.
So her whole family dies, and she
God.
gets it's so bad. She gets 50.
awful.
This is what the 1.2 billion could be. She gets the equivalent of 561 million, like
It's insane.
a daily income of what now would be $25,000, and she gets 50% holding in the company. So she's one of the wealthiest women in the world. She's like basically a billionaire. Wow. With nothing to do but build.
Cry.
Yeah.
But cry
And
build.
Damn.
So she's got a lot of money. She's in a
Hell
lot
yeah.
of pain. Now, this is where we're going to bring in the medium. So this is where the
Totally.
folklore starts coming in.
Totally.
Because she moves to California. Well, first she goes on a little
3 year-
excursion.
You know, I heard a podcast and it was like it was very common to do a 3-year European tour at this time.
It was very common.
Very common. I was
Wow.
like, I gotta do a 3-year tour.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
very common,
It's
actually,
very.
guys.
She went on the very common
3-year
3-year
tour.
European tour.
Oh, she
yeah.
did the stint.
Yeah, the stint in
the
Europe.
Euro
Yeah.
stint.
Yeah,
the
studying
3-year
abroad. Yeah,
stint.
3-year, yeah.
2 years. Why so short?
Yeah, so short. What are you
4?
poor? Are you
Jeez.
poor?
So she seeks the advice, evidently, according to the
Wrong.
myth that has grown around this poor woman's life.
I know.
She seeks the advice of the then famous Boston medium Adam Coons, who sounds like a car dealership owner.
Yeah.
Come on down to Coons Annapolis. They do have one of those.
Coons
Oh,
Annapolis?
wow, really?
Yeah,
There's a
yep.
Coons
I think
Annap-
they got to rename it.
That needs a new
Yeah, I
name.
would,
Yep,
yeah.
it's run by a white woman with blonde hair.
Oh God.
Short
Hello,
cut.
I'm
A
Amber
Karen.
Coon.
Yeah.
I'm Karen Coons.
I'm Karen Coon.
I think that's like kind of what her name is.
I mean, of
it's very
course it
close.
is.
Yeah.
I had a realtor that was named Karen, and she was blonde and horrific,
Mm-hmm.
and didn't get me this place. Anyways,
You ever have a moment where somebody turns out to be who you want their name to be? I had a job at a movie theater, and I walked in. There was a very high up boss there, and she started screaming at me. And I was like, I only work here like once a year. I'm just here for today. Started screaming, and because I only worked there a little bit, I started screaming back at her because
Oh,
I was like, you
wow.
can fire me right now. I don't give a shit. And then she left because we were yelling, and then they were like, you got to apologize. That's the owner of the company. And then I was like, whatever. And I went up to her and I apologized. And I was like, I'm sorry, we got off on the wrong foot. I'm Charles. And she goes, I'm Karen. And I was like, yeah, it is. Your name is Karen. You stupid bitch.
You stupid
You were such a
fucking
Karen.
bitch.
I could have told you that, Karen Coons.
and this was probably pre-Karen, like pre-Karen.
No, this was-
this
well,
was during Karen.
It was during Karen.
Was this during the Karen era?
Was
Of
it pre or
DK?
post Karen?
Because I'm becoming a Karen slowly but surely.
Yeah, we've been talking about that.
you got to dye some hair and cut it short.
Yeah, you got to spike the back.
I need a blonde pixie.
You
gotta
need in
go-
case
you gotta
And
somebody-
move on.
I gotta
Boosh.
gain like
know why they-
50. Okay, I've take that out.
the
gotta
Karen
gain what?
spikes
About
the back
50
from
pounds, I was gonna
attack
say.
from behind. You ever see?
Excuse me?
You know Karens have the spiked back, short hair.
Oh.
You ever see that one? You never seen the Karen haircut where it's spiked and the frilly in the back?
No.
Oh,
dang,
yeah,
guys.
yeah. Kind of like a
know.
nest.
Yeah, yeah.
Soft
Oh.
nest.
Yeah,
Whoa,
it's for any hair pulling from behind you. Ow! And then
They're like porcupines.
Oh my God.
It's protection. It's
like
for
a hedgehog.
protection. Yeah.
Wow.
anyway,
Well,
just
all
a
right.
fact.
So her baby died. Okay.
So her baby died, and she goes to the Boston medium Adam Coons, either before or after her Europe trip. But this is still when she's in the East Coast.
Well, I don't even think it was a real medium. I don't think. I think it's
No,
just
I don't
a
think
fake
this guy
story.
existed. I mean,
I think it
yeah,
never happened,
We
but-
think this all.
But
is,
it's part of every story about
yeah.
her.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
What's
with some
up.
Of,
It's
with
so
some
odd.
of these siblings and spouses, it's like there's narratives that crop up that are not even what the history was.
Absolutely.
Because you have to dig in. Because there's a lot of like just speculation.
Yeah. Well, there's no record of Coon.
There's no record of this Coons.
of this specific man, Adam Coons.
Not a general term we're throwing around. It's a specific name.
Absolutely.
It's capital Coons. So don't come after us. Although it was actually like the stint, it was common to go to mediums.
Oh, absolutely. Well,
at
it
the
still
time.
is.
It's
I
like right. It hasn't done well. I
I
think
mean, it's
more it's
never
like
died down.
psychic.
No,
and
people go to
tarot.
mediums.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, then I mean, there's
Yeah.
no internet. Why not try to talk to grandma?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's what else are you doing?
Can you
Yeah.
talk to grandma through the internet? I thought that's what you were referencing.
Well, you can scam her. You can email her for money. I talk to all kinds of grandmas.
Oh, yeah.
They keep me afloat.
It's always grandmas who are getting scammed.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Who do you think I send these feet pics to?
My grandma doesn't.
My
really
grandma.
You look like you walked so far. You look so tired. What is that? An early onset bunion? Let me get that out. Let me work that.
Early onset bunions.
Let me work that out.
My grandma doesn't realize scam artists that the robot calls are robots, so she screams at them.
My mom does the same thing.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't even have a vehicle.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And it's like,
She's
hello,
like-
we are calling for, and my grandma's like,
Hello.
I said stop calling me yesterday.
Same thing.
And I'm like,
I'm
you know the
sorry.
ones
I didn't
you know
understand
the one
that.
that's like, your daughter's, she's been in an accident. Your daughter Maggie's in an accident. So they call my mom, your daughter Maggie's in an accident. I'm standing right in front of her. She's like, are you in an accident? Like, you're sick, right? You're
What do they know that I don't know?
What do they know? Like,
You have
"I'm just
TB?"
saying." Yeah. I'm like, it's just TB. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's
I'm just a
fine.
consumption slut. I wasn't in a car wreck. God.
It's not genital. It's oral. It's oral TB.
It's
I
all
can
oral.
live a normal life.
I wish it was genital,
Oh,
but
God.
it's just.
So in this weird medium, story, Sarah is told that because of the many people who had died from the Winchester rifle, that she is going to be haunted by the victims, by the people who have died from the rifle.
Yeah.
And that there's a curse surrounding her family. There's a curse surrounding the wealth and the fortune that's been made from all this death. And that if she doesn't go to California and build a huge house and never stops construction on the house, she will be also killed by the curse. So that's kind of the
Right,
myth that
that's the
springs
myth.
up. And you'll learn kind of where this could come from based on like what ends up happening. It's a pretty good story.
It's a great story. It really
Yeah.
ties it all together.
Yeah. That's why it's so,
Yeah.
for me, that's why I kind of was like late in the game thinking this was all bullshit. Because for the longest time, I was kind of convinced. It's crazy. It's like, it's like, so all your family is dead. So what you got to do is you got to go build a house for the ghosts to live in. And you got to move. It sounds like a 4-year-old telling
It
you
does,
like,
it does.
and then you
But-
got
And then
so-
big-
you gotta build
and
a house.
and make a refrigerator for
Protect-
each of them,
Yeah.
and one fireplace for me.
and a hallway full of fire. Ooh.
But I have a theory of where this came from. I think that this came out in one of the newspaper articles about her, just like the tabloids. It's like
Yeah.
scary woman
Yeah.
wearing black, builds house, has fortune, like, and they all know that she's from this gun fortune.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like anti-gun people.
That's what- yeah.
Right in the newspaper article, hating a woman, hating a lonely gal,
Mm-hmm.
and demonizing her for having all this money, and then they invent this Adam Koontz
Yeah.
to tie it all together.
And, well, at the time when she was doing all this building,
Yeah.
and we're kind of jumping around, but it's fine. There was a big depression.
Yes.
There was years of unemployment.
it's
Totally.
Over 10%.
So it's
they're
an
looking at
impoverished
this.
writer.
They're looking at this billionaire.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Like building a never-ending
Yeah,
house.
and they're like, "Fuck you."
What is she do? It's like
Yeah.
us with like Bezos. We're like, why would you go
exactly,
to space?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Give it to the people.
It's like they hate her because, like, first of all, she's all alone. They don't know that
Second
she's
of all,
lost her
they
whole
ain't,
family.
Yeah.
They ain't her.
What was that?
Because they ain't her.
They ain't. I was like, they hate her. Yes. They ain't her. That's right. So yeah, it's like a pauper little newspaper
Yeah.
writer who's like, fuck this bitch coming into our town, ruining my view,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, something
and
happened.
wearing black, and
Wa-
she's
being
creepy.
wasteful. All of the
Being
articles,
wasteful,
all of the
yeah.
articles published during the time do not mention ghosts.
Yep.
They mention all of the extravagant stained glass and the
Then
luxury.
I think they're spinning this tale to like make sense of it because they're just so angry at her for having all this money and they're jealous.
And there's one article,
Yeah.
and so it starts with just the wastefulness, and then it goes into maybe like Ponce de Leon with the Fountain of Youth or Fountain of
Ooh,
Life.
yeah.
She's just trying to build this house for her immortality.
Yeah.
That's like one
Yeah.
line in
Right.
the article that's like, maybe this is it.
And then it
people
just
run
out
with
of
it.
control.
Spirals, yeah.
It spirals
Well,
out
I
of
was
control.
listening to a podcast about it where saying like there was one article that was like spooky woman, and then all the articles were just like she's spooky.
Deranged,
Af-
haunted woman.
Exactly.
Who can't keep a man.
or a child alive.
That's right. Her daughter's dead, and no one wants to fuck her.
Yeah.
So
Because she's wielding a gun all day.
Ever since
Right.
she turned 13,
She's been
she's been hard to look at.
she's been hot for too long, goddammit.
And she actually got extremely ugly. I'm sorry to say that.
That's your
No.
Okay.
She was self-conscious about her own appearance, and that's
And
one
then
of the
she's
reasons.
wearing the veil.
That's one of the reasons. Well, the veil.
Yeah.
She wore a veil all around the house in mourning.
Well,
I
yeah,
guess.
but also it's like, okay, first of all, that's a huge thing that you'll wear all black for a year after a family member dies to honor them. So that's a huge thing that people have done for centuries.
Sorry, Dad, Mom didn't do that. She was wearing floral
I'm
prints.
saying,
She was wearing a party
only
hat.
people who loved their spouse do it.
Yeah.
She had the New Year's one of those noisemakers for a year.
Well, it's it's a tradition that some people do. Whatever.
Yeah.
So imagine her whole family dies. She's like, I'm wearing black until I die.
Yeah, I have to.
do it. I'd wear a veil and all black.
Yeah, it's
till
like
I die.
birthday punches. You got a lot to go.
That's funny. Yeah. It's like I got 10 years of black.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. They all died in a row. Domino effect. Like it's
But
terrible.
near when she was becoming older, she was even more reclusive because she had rheumatoid arthritis, so she had these gnarled little stumps for hands.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I think you're taking it a little far.
Look,
maybe she's got some pain, some joint pain.
And
I don't
she
know about
had,
stumps.
like 0 teeth.
Okay.
No, I'm not being mean. I'm just telling.
I don't
you
know,
think
man.
I'm
You
like
are
putting
such a
women
dick.
down.
You hate Sarah and you hate women.
I
and
love
it is
Sarah,
what it is.
but I'm just telling
No
you why
teeth?
she's very few teeth.
She did lose all of her teeth. Didn't spend money.
Okay.
To get-
13 exactly.
Well, okay. So I didn't know this about the lack of teeth, and now I didn't know.
And she
well, I
wasn't
know
very
about,
social, so she wouldn't
Yeah.
go. She couldn't go out. She wouldn't go out and dispel all these rumors.
Right.
So there's a lonely
Right.
old woman on a hill who keeps building a house that started as an 8-room farmhouse
Right, and then
is now
out of
a
nowhere-
600-room mansion.
Totally.
that-
And
yeah. Go
but
ahead.
here's the thing. I think people they're not inside the house, right? So they're not seeing how gorgeous.
Yeah, it's cute.
How
It's cute.
It's a cute house.
is that? Okay, cool.
Like maybe
yeah.
maybe a starter home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Maybe a
cute. It's
starter.
all
What's
right.
it? 600
Well-
rooms? If this is like before we have kids, we could live here. Babe.
Well, so like I was looking at some pictures of the doorknobs and the stained glass. It's all very happy.
Yeah.
It's not like she's building a creepy home.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all cute
You're
and
right.
adorable.
You're
So
right.
that's why it's not haunted. And they're just like pissed. It's like, oh, she has this like 600, blah, blah, blah. We don't even care. 600, blah, 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 you know?
Yeah.
And they don't even know how adorable it is. They're going to call her creepy, call her weird. Meanwhile, it's like a stunning, ornate doorknobs, gorgeous greenhouse. You know, I mean, it's like, it's all beautiful.
Yeah.
And she's just, she was described as a decorating genius, and I do stand by that.
Yeah, you know what's
She is my mentor.
You know what's weird? We're gonna get into more about the house, but you know what's weird about the medium is that like if I got this insane prophecy, I would go to another medium.
Yes.
Exactly. I'd get a second opinion.
I
Yeah.
feel like people
Yeah.
don't do that.
They don't.
And I
Like if
also-
you were diagnosed with, if a doctor told you this,
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
only cure for your pancreatic cancer is to
600 room.
continually build a house.
That's right.
I'd be
I'd
like,
be like, well, I'll maybe see. What did your nurse think?
Maybe I'll go to City MD and just
Right.
see
yeah.
what's up.
I asked my girlfriend about this today, and I was like, "You ever get a second opinion?" She said she's been to 3 mediums / psychics, and I was like, "So if they're all supposed to tell your future or talk to whoever, shouldn't they be correct in specific areas?" And she was like, "No."
Shouldn't they line up consistently
Like, they-
somewhere?
Yeah, she was
So
like-
do they all have different things?
One guy's
to
like,
say?
move to Idaho, build a hotel.
Yeah.
She's
No,
like,
no,
okay,
no.
okay.
It's an Olive Garden in
Right.
Wisconsin. They want.
He's
They want
like-
never-ending.
He's like, these
never-ending
ghosts.
pasta.
Oh, so the story is that well, there's kind of two vibes for the ghosts
Yeah.
of like why she's building the house.
Right.
One is, I mean, the main one is to,
to
build.
confuse them.
Well, yes, to confuse them so she can live there, and so she needs to constantly just build like a maze to live
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
And the second one is to give them houses. I'm not even kidding.
Well, no, I know about
to house the ghosts, to give these souls like a
Well,
resting place. Almost.
what I just want to add this really quickly because I
Yeah.
feel like people think, that she just moved away from the East to like escape her crazy life there or
Right.
whatever. But she brought 3 of her sisters with her.
Mm-hmm.
They all went to
Yeah.
California together. So it's not like she's like this lonely old woman. Like she's trying to provide stuff for her family.
and she had family in
too.
California.
Yes, and the
They're like, please don't come here. Everyone dies where you go. Everyone dies if you come here.
But then she had a cousin, and I heard about this too. She had a cousin who said that Sarah never went in the seance room, which also
Yeah.
just could have been a room.
Yeah.
that's-
Covered in velvet
yeah,
and skulls. So
and,
what?
And it's stunning, and,
Yeah.
and she doesn't go in there.
You would
And
decorate a room like that.
I
You're like,
li-
it's not for
you
seances.
think-
It's for
you
dinner.
think
The deer
I'm
blood
not-
looks good.
You think I'm not looking at her stuff, getting inspired?
Yeah.
Okay. But see, so I'm thinking she never went in the seance room. I think that another one of these pauper newspaper writers poor, impoverished, starving writers was just like,
It's always the
it's
media.
a seance room.
It's always the media.
It's always
Look what
honestly,
they did to Kanye.
If Sarah,
Skewered that poor man.
that's right.
Took his words out of context.
So I feel like okay, if Sarah wasn't on Instagram, if this was happening now, she'd be live streaming from the seance room, being like, "Guys, I'm not crazy.
Yeah, there's a disco ball.
Okay, there's
you
literally,
assholes.
it's like gorgeous. Look at my greenhouse. Look at the water coming out of my greenhouse, going into the garden. Right? Wasn't it set up like that?
Yeah, it's like a Wizard
Right?
of Oz boat. I mean,
Yes.
Charlie and the Chocolate
It's
Factory.
like a stunning candy
Yeah.
house, like a candy mansion. It's like you guys are calling me creepy.
And
meanwhile,
Fox News is like, witch.
yeah,
She's like, so what that I cook children in the oven? All right? The breadcrumbs show me
I got a
where
boss,
I've
I got
been.
an oven. Like,
Okay,
so yeah, I
gotta pee.
feel like if she was able to live stream and like explain herself, then
That's what she needed, a
then
live
she
stream.
She needed a Facebook live.
She needed a Discord.
She needed a
Reddit.
TikTok profile.
She needed a red hot, a red hot
A
TikTok
red hot
Reddit
chili pepper.
profile live stream. That's what she needed.
If she just had a little more candy. Some spicy
She should
red
have
hots.
passed out candy at
Yeah,
least.
so I feel like, I mean, I kind of I respect her because she's like, she didn't give a fuck. She's like, I lost everyone and I
Yeah.
don't care and I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. And she's a genius.
You gotta pee. You want me to keep going? All right, I actually have to pee too. It's a quick-
I might pee. Should we all
Let's
go
all
as
pee.
a group?
Let's all pee.
It's a huge bathroom. Talented.
It is with the. This is why it also kind of doesn't make sense. The whole medium story.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the story, like the medium's prescribed solution, is so crazy
And
that even I don't even know if this is an oxymoron. A reputable medium wouldn't be telling you to do this.
Totally not an oxymoron. Yeah,
You know?
they're out there. I think.
Yeah.
Well, I think also
A real medium would be like, yeah, just build them like lockers. They're small. Ghosts don't
ghosts
take up a lot of
don't
space.
need like a mansion. They just
No.
need like a little baby Amazon.
Yeah, they
locker.
don't want to live together. What's this
They
going to be
want-
like a dorm?
Right. A ghost storm.
A ghost
right.
storm?
Well, I also think it's literally someone figuring out why she did this because we're still like, why did she do this? Right. And I think it's
Right.
because like her father was an architect and also.
Well, you know what it was? There was another part where
It would make more sense. Go ahead.
Apparently, it wasn't the medium. It was the medium channeled the husband, and the husband was like, "You have to
You
build a
gotta
house."
go to San Jose, babe.
We always talked about it.
We always wanted to go with little baby Annie.
Little baby
Erasmus.
Raz.
Little baby
Our little
Erasmus.
razzle dazz. God.
Won't smoke
Maggie,
his
you're
bed.
so cool. I'm good. You let us. You let us pod at your
you guys
house.
think I'm
and
cool?
We think you're very cool.
Oh, I'm honored. You guys are super cool.
You let us set up our podcast equipment. You
Hell
give
yeah.
us drugs.
Hell yeah, I give you
And
drugs.
we talk about a dead, misunderstood
You guys
woman.
ate my hair.
We ate what? I ate it too.
Well, Charles is coughing,
Charles
so
is
you know
already
he ate
dying.
it. He's about to drop dead. Everybody watch. So this will be great.
when we got here, Maggie's like bagels, and Charles ate one. He's like, mostly hair.
Mostly hair. Why is there so much hair in this?
I saw one strand of hair before I took a bite, and I didn't know it was equivalent to when you see a roach. There's many. I was like,
Oh.
it was just
Wait,
one.
so it has to be mine because there was none. I ate the same bagel, and I'm sure I was leaning over it like a gross lunch lady.
With no hairnet.
I don't know because the
With
hair
no
was within
hairnet.
the bite. Because I took out one hair and I was
well,
like,
I put
looks
it in there,
sick.
so that makes sense.
Yeah.
I put it in.
Oh yes, baked it in the middle like
You
a
know.
Baskin Robbins ice cream.
Yeah,
a hairy center.
exactly.
She sang a song. You tip her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this has got to go out.
Yeah, it's got to go out.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're
it's
kind of
gotta
just
go
murdering it now. Just leave it. I think.
Okay,
I
but
think just leave it.
Okay,
It's out. I think it's out.
it's out.
Oh, so you were saying that it was the husband?
You read
Well-
I talked into this.
I do that all
Oh
the time
boy,
here.
pod's going downhill from here on out. Charles is talking into a
Just
seltzer
speaking
instead of
to
a mic.
himself.
Yeah, we lost
Hey,
half
can
the
I get another
audio.
seltzer?
We were
Mine's
talking
dry.
into our drinks.
Okay.
Yeah.
We think we're killing. Talking into seltzer.
All talking to
Oh my! I be now. Well, should we talk? Oh yeah. So in some of the podcasts that I heard about it, they mentioned the
Which
husband.
you should not listen to. This is the
This
only
is the only one about it. So
Yeah.
there aren't any others, and I misspoke. So, but in the other stuff I read, because I
right.
read,
She read.
she be reading. So, podcast is not okay. I'm getting scared. Are you guys scared? Because I'm scared.
Nope.
I know when I get up from the yellow chair, blood.
No
Okay,
blood,
that's
no
familiar.
blood.
Okay, so
Me and Charles have ridden this wave many times where we're like, do we get too high to pod? But then we're not.
okay, great.
And then you,
Yeah.
you power
Okay.
through.
Oh, yeah,
And
I'm
we're
gonna power
here,
through.
And you're in a safe space.
Oh my god, I know.
I know.
made it.
I
so.
built it.
I built it. I'm just like Sarah.
You pull a lever, it's just a cage goes around me and Charles.
Yeah.
You know that door goes to nowhere. It's not even
Wow.
there. Yeah. Okay,
You're like,
so
"This door
I gotta
goes
get
to
some
nowhere."
torches. This door, nowhere. Brick wall.
You gonna break your dick?
I'm gonna break out.
Go through this door.
Good luck. Okay.
Hope you brought a hammer.
So
What?
Hope
Get
you're-
into my brick wall pussy. That's what you were talking
hope
about.
you
You
brought
gotta,
a
you know, what you gotta do.
hammer.
If you see a brick wall, bring a hammer.
Yeah. If you see teeth in the, in the movie Teeth,
Oh,
they
it's a
should have just
great
brought a
movie.
mouth guard.
Dude, that movie.
Then he could have fucked that woman.
rocks.
You know what I mean? I know that it's kind of women empowerment against
No,
rape and
it's
stuff. But if he had brought a
just
mouth guard,
pornographic and hot.
I've actually
love
never
it.
seen it. But
Oh, really? It's
if
I
I
haven't
made
seen
that
it.
movie, I
I
would
haven't seen it.
assume
you
that
guys
it
are
was
too
a.
scared.
Yeah.
I'm too scared. Yeah.
Classic couple of pussies can't watch teeth. It's so good. It's so funny.
I just want a couple of pussies that don't have teeth.
there's yeah. Well,
I like
hard to
one.
find.
I like one tooth. Yeah.
One tooth. You
Don't know
want
where
a
it's gonna
lone
be.
tooth. You want a lone tooth by the G.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
But an adult.
Am I hitting
tooth.
your tooth, babe?
Am I brushing your
Dude,
teeth?
he's the first guy to find my tooth.
He found my southern tonsil. Is that a tooth? Not even.
Oh
My
boy.
vaginine.
There we
Vaginine.
go.
Anyway,
I just think that there's different stories about
Yeah.
the medium.
Yeah.
Some of them say, "Oh yeah, her husband told her this through the medium." Others are just like, "It's just the medium being like, build a house." That's Adam Coons' voice. It's just-
he's also a ghost.
he's also
Build
yeah.
a house, Adam.
Wait, no, from earlier. What?
Ooh, he's standing in the
You're-
corner.
He's Charles's
Build a
ghost.
house.
Build
A private pool would be nice, the ghosts are telling me.
In my neighborhood,
With good schools. Build good schools.
and a
for
statue
my
of
kids.
me, or you'll die.
Yeah, so I don't
Take
know.
these
I feel
business cards. Give them to your friends.
yeah, I'd like to see a pic of Adam.
There is
Oh,
none.
well, he
you
doesn't
you
exist.
look
Except
him
because
up.
he doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Trick question.
Or-
Adam.
doesn't exist.
He doesn't exist.
Tonight at 9.
Maybe he's also a vampire. Doesn't show up in pics.
I actually just got cast as the host for He Doesn't Exist.
Every week they're
It's
like,
like, is it
today's
cake?
guest.
Yeah, I'm hosting now. I'm doing like hosting where He Doesn't Exist.
I'm doing warm up for the show He Doesn't Exist.
Yeah, I'm a warm-up comic for He Doesn't Exist. Okay. But wait, what were we saying about the medium? Like how it's
Well, the medium story being so like such a weird quest.
well, it's also like it's exactly what she did. It's like
It's
too
what she
obvious.
did. It's
yeah,
too
yeah,
too
much.
obvious.
It's too
That's why it's fake.
editorialized.
Exactly.
It fits too perfectly.
It fits too perfectly.
Yeah.
And it's like, meanwhile, this is why I really think there's many reasons why. Okay. But
Just
you
like
also-
Bush 9/11, it's too perfect.
Well, exactly.
It has to be wrong.
Flawlessly done, Bush.
Very well done.
Great job.
It was really Dick Cheney, we know.
Oh, it was so
He
good.
kind of pulled the strings.
Yeah, I saw the Adam McKay movie.
Yeah, I didn't. I got
It's
20
actually
minutes
pretty
through. I
great.
heard it was bad.
Oh, a lot of people think it's bad. That's like
Yeah.
the cool take.
Because they don't
Yeah.
like Dick, and they're like, the
Yeah,
movie's
they
bad.
hate Dick. And no, but they think the movie's dumb also.
Yeah.
But I think I have the lame take, which is that I really liked it
Check
a
it
lot.
out.
I loved it.
I'll check it out.
Anyways, but what was I saying about this? Her father was the carpenter. He was an architect too. So I feel like she was inspired by him and wanted to honor him, by building the house. Also, he built ambulances. Did you read about that?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
They supplied ambulances for the war.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of like, all right, maybe she had some guilt about the death, wanted to honor the father, like, because he's saving people, and then her
And they just
husband
have a
was-
total monopoly on the life-death market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's vertical integration. They're like, you shoot him, we haul him in.
That's right. That's right.
Send
it's
them
like
back
it all
out.
really evens out.
Yeah, we're also going
It's
to
like that
handle the
episode of Seinfeld.
logistics after the guns.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're going to ship them the guns, then we're
Yep.
going to ship them the people that the
Right.
gun ship.
Yeah. Also, we do have a
pretty
casket
smart.
line.
We have a what?
Casket line.
It's a great assembly line. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Cass is in the end. Yeah.
If you'd like to check out our burial plots. Actually, when she took over the company, she wanted to get away from, she had half control.
Right.
She wanted to do away with the firearms. 'cause
Okay.
all these ghosts are haunting her.
Yeah.
So she had like prototypes of like rollerblades.
Oh, really?
What?
The first
I didn't
repeating
read that.
rollerblade.
Oh my god.
You can
it's
walk?
a repeat roller.
It was a preheat.
You can roll and roll again.
Really? I can't just roll once?
Roll 15 times in 15
15
seconds.
seconds. Yeah, you got a coaster.
15
I
feet,
mean,
Just
15
kidding.
seconds.
I need. Oh, there's
It's all
one.
good.
Here we go.
Here you go.
Ooh, now you turned it spooky.
Come on,
Ooh,
Charles.
here, put it
Come
down.
on, Charles.
Guys.
This
I
is
told
my
you-
home.
I told you if I gets like this, I'm leaving.
This whole child of divorce is
Wait,
not
so
fun
is there
anymore.
more on the sheet? There's definitely more on the sheet, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah. I was just trying to stay. So sometimes here we go. Let me tell you this mid high.
Okay.
is sometimes
You forget about the sheet, and then
No,
Oh.
well, that's kind of the goal is that you also want to be able to get into just a natural
Right,
conversation,
totally, of
but we always
course.
have the sheet.
Oh,
so kind of what we do
totally.
is it's a jumping off point.
Oh yeah.
All right, you're actively listening too actively.
So a jumping off point,
It
you say?
One of
Never
my
heard of such a thing.
one of my friends' girlfriends in college that I hated would do that all the and I'm not criticizing. her.
Oh,
I know-
the
She do
you
what
say?
you do, man.
She'd do the you say?
No.
Oh.
I'd be telling her something and she'd go, yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize I was
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah. No, you were just listening to me,
I
but
thought you
so
were mad at my blah 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 voice.
You
but
gotta
now
get
you're
off that
mad at my
point.
Real
yeah.
voice.
You're mad at my fucking natural yeah.
yes.
Fuck you.
Pod's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. I'm just doing the rest of the pod. So anyway, Sarah died. Yeah. Yeah.
This started off as me trying to be like, it's okay.
Right. I'm like, so what's going on the sheet? Yeah. Jumping
You're
off.
like, so we out of control? I'm like, no, this is kind of the process. And you're like, anyway,
Okay. 2,000 doors.
2,000 doors. Yeah, we can move on to
I mean, it's so cool.
we can
It's
move
just
on to the doors.
impressive.
Yeah, so
Well,
she
also, I think she was.
Yeah.
I don't think she was. Okay, she's sad. Yeah, she's mourning the loss of all these people and
Mm-hmm.
her daughter, especially. Can you imagine how traumatizing that is? Watching your baby
turn into a skeleton, literally.
because
Oh,
you feed her
yeah.
some meat, she can't eat it or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever happened.
Yeah, you feed her meat and it just
And
comes out of her
She just
eyes.
becomes a skull.
Yeah,
So
No matter
annoying.
what we do.
Wait,
she sweats
wait.
meat. You feed her any protein, she sweats it out.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that's
She
the
had
worst.
the worst chicken sweats last night.
Marasmas.
Marasmas. Alas.
Alas.
It sounds like mariposas. Like I'd be like, oh, is that
Oh,
Spanish for
beautiful
butterfly?
They go to a Spanish doctor.
Do you named your daughter Butterfly?
Pobrecita.
No, it's marasmus, a
Marasmus?
disease where you can't eat protein.
Excuse me, I said marasmus on the side. I don't know. It came on top of the burrito.
And I didn't actually want it.
I just
I don't want marasmus on my
want
It's
burrito.
$2 extra.
there's
I
too much
can't-
marasmus.
No más marasmas. Por favor.
No mas.
Sí.
So no matter how many
Okay.
Spanish prayers they recited at their poor starving
Wait,
child,
wait.
they couldn't revive it.
First, speaking of Spanish prayers. Okay, so did you hear or did you read?
Is this going to circle back to this? Oh, yeah.
Totally about this.
Uh-huh.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat first thing. Okay, so
There's blood on
She-
it.
Yeah, I thought of that
there's
too.
blood on my seat, and that's how you know it's a good pod. 'Cause I'm just free bleeding out here.
Was that a good movie?
Bleeding
Wow. If you
out.
have a lady on your pod
There
who's
was
not
blood on my
bleeding, it's you're bombing.
How
If
was
she
that
ain't
book?
bleeding, you're bombing.
Okay, so I read, so that she called her house Yanata Via. Did you hear that? You heard that, right?
I know the English translation, I think.
What
night
is it?
away. A night away.
No.
New
Ooh.
life.
New life?
Because
You think
I-
she learned this from one of the handymen?
Well, probably from Girl Yale.
Perhaps.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
but
Girl- oh, she
sure,
was fluent
maybe
in
a
Spanish.
handyman, hooligan, rapist, whatever.
Well.
Yeah, maybe that too. But I
Maybe
was
an
thinking,
undocumented
girl.
handyman.
Of course, you had to learn
They're
it from a
coming into our
man.
countries, they're
She
raping
had to
our
learn it from a
women.
man. She couldn't learn it at Girl Yale, where she's
Yes, Girl
from a
Yale.
girl, because it's girls only teaching.
Welcome to Girl Yale.
Taught exclusively by men.
If you want to find a husband, drop something on the ground and pick it up.
Wait,
They'll
what,
come
blouse,
crawling.
one oven, one blouse,
Yeah,
one bending.
that's all a woman ever needs.
That's all.
How to jerk off a
And then
man
you
with
just
an oven
put
mitt?
your hand. You know, Sylvia Plath is just wearing a blouse. She put her hand in the oven.
It's all just
It all comes full circle, doesn't
it's
it?
all just sex and cooking tips. If you want to please your man,
Yeah, it's like a Cosmo.
That is Cosmo. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is my Cosmo.
fill the
nightmare.
crock pot with
Put your
yogurt.
finger
Have
in
him
his
sit
butt
in it.
and make him eat yogurt or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's right.
That's like the
with an
number
ice
one.
cube. It's always-
There's a great Amy Schumer sketch where she does like, oh, put your sphincter on his tooth and then or whatever.
Get his dick hard,
So-
as hard as it can be, and then slam it with the fridge.
That's right.
Slam the fridge right into his hard dick. He will come all over your leftovers.
Well, okay, so what's a nata via? I thought it was a night away. I think it's Italian for
Oh,
night
okay.
away.
Okay.
Charles, aren't you Italian?
I am Italian, but I signed an NDA.
Fuck. He can't give us any of the good stuff.
I-
And the A.
Not Italian.
And then the
degree.
DA, yeah.
I added an N the A. Okay, but that's what I thought. I looked it up. Nata via. No, Notta.
Okay,
via.
so what do you think the meaning behind
So
that is?
that
if it
does
says
sound
a
Italian,
night
yeah.
away, like to me, it's kind of like vacation.
Yeah.
Vacation, all I ever want,
Yeah.
you know?
You think every night, girls'
think-
night,
I think
in her
so.
ginormous
With
mansion.
the 70 handymen.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay, do what she says. She's paying us.
Pobrecita loca. La abuela loca. Pobrecita abuela loca, no tiene. What is teeth?
Oh my God, I wish I knew. Dentura? I feel like it's. Did I just make that up? That sounds so
I don't know,
really
but you
obvious.
went like flawless accent.
Yeah, that was great. That was
Ay, Dios mío, mis denturas.
Charles is like, I don't know what the fuck they're saying, but it sounds
Yeah,
wrong.
it's like he's Italian. He doesn't get it.
He doesn't get it.
That's not Italian, is all I know.
No, he's
So,
Arizona
no,
first.
todavía. I think it's like ya no todavía, and it's ya in French. So I feel like.
So what is your point?
So my point is, she's saying
Vacation?
it's a vacation.
Yeah.
But I think there's ya before it, which means already. So I was like,
Already.
in a
Yeah.
night, it's already vacation.
Oh.
So then another
Like
theory.
one of the cheesy outer like North
It's-
Carolina beach
Exactly.
houses.
It's like naming your fucking beach house, and she
Yeah.
names her creepy mansion No Todavía, and like people, you don't read
It's
that.
like sea shanty.
Exactly. So it's like she's
Yeah.
naming it that. It doesn't catch on because
Oh,
everyone's
really?
like, "You're a creepy bitch." And
You're a
we hate
haunted
you.
slut.
Yeah.
A night away.
Haunted
And
slut. Nice try, haunted slut. We're not calling this shit No Todavía. Okay, but that was like her fantasy.
Yeah.
But then I'm adding the already, like already a night away. Maybe it's like you're already on vacation, my dead family. Like giving them a place to. I almost feel like
I
it's
like that there's so many theories out there, and you're like,
Yeah.
here's a new one.
that
There's-
everyone
I know
will
there's
agree
four,
with.
but let's talk about
I
number
know there's
5.
four, but No Todavía,
The fifth theory.
vacation house for dead people. Hell yeah.
That could be it.
No, but that is it.
I like the
It's
dedication.
not-
No,
it's
give me
not-
it.
it's
Yeah,
not
convince
could
me.
be.
Sell
It's not-
me.
she's bleeding, she's
Sharks.
bleeding. There's blood on her seat.
It's No Todavía.
She's
blood
yelling.
on her seat. She's into it.
She's into it.
There's blood in the water, and the pods are circling.
Did you guys have a fun time last night? Well, there was blood in her seat.
47 fireplaces. Now that's not part of the Hall of Fires, is it?
Yeah, definitely.
You don't even know that.
I,
I see the sheet.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think.
I'm
so.
pretty sure. Where the fuck were we?
We're at the stats of the house.
So yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk
Yeah.
about the house.
Yeah.
Was her little architectural playground.
It's amazing.
She had limitless wealth to
exactly.
throw at a hobby.
And I think that she was having a blast.
I
Like,
agree. I would
think
agree
she
with
was
this.
really enjoying it, and it's like everyone's like, okay, well, she doesn't talk to us, so she's mean. But it's like she's having a blast. She's
Yeah.
probably friends with all the handymen.
Yeah.
You know, they're
Yeah.
probably like, she's probably really nice.
Well, and she
and
paid
really
them like
sweet.
twice.
No one ever said. Anyone who worked
Yeah.
for her,
Yeah.
never said a bad thing about
Exactly.
her. It's the media
Eh.
talking bad about Sarah.
For real, it is. And it was like, I mean, also, I think
Demon, she's a good woman.
She paid them like double the rate back then too.
I think that's too much. I think if you pay anyone that much, they get a little cocky. Okay, they start building stairs that lead to nowhere. She made a lot of mistakes. Also,
Well,
so yeah, the
also-
people who worked for her, she paid double.
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
during this. Like some historians are like, no, this was her way of giving back to an economy in a recession.
Absolutely.
She's
Yeah.
like, I have all this money. I like architecture. I'm employing
I know.
dozens of people who
Yeah.
have families,
Exactly.
and she gave houses to some of those people.
and
Yeah.
she would give them summers off
yeah,
because
Yeah.
it was too hot to work.
Yeah.
So it's like you're like basically like got an
The
amazing
best employer
job.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
then
you have an
every-
amazing job. You got summers off to vacate with the fam,
right.
hang out, work. You know, like it's awesome. She's cool.
Hide in various sections of the house.
Exactly. Fucking different.
Fucking
Stairwells
different
and-
rooms and
But then everybody in the town was like, "Fucking classic case of a haunted bitch."
No,
Paying them
everyone in
double,
town-
giving them
Yeah.
time off.
it's
I
it's
know
just
a
like a
bitch
crazy-
witch when I see
It's-
one.
It's a all right.
That's
So
what they were
that last
saying.
one was him.
I didn't.
That last one was Charles.
That's what the townspeople. I
No,
was
it's on
being
the
a
record.
townsperson.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
no,
Whatever,
that
guys.
was very good townsperson.
You're right.
because
Yeah.
They
Great
are like
townsperson.
that.
They are.
They are.
And
They
I
do
mean,
be like that.
and they're probably like looking out onto the hill with like this. Oh, also we
I
have to talk
picture
about
a
the earthquake.
generic, like
Yeah.
tattered robe, like peasant with like almost the people that charge Frankenstein.
yeah.
That's how I think of San Jose.
Oh, totally.
You know?
They've got like a little oil heat lamp, and they're like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
Like I hate you. Very
They're starving.
Yeah, they're starving.
shivering for some. It's 70
Yeah.
degrees.
Like it looks hot.
So
in
We
the
hear
house.
fun music up there playing.
Organ music.
Yeah.
You heard that rumor that she would play organ
La
all night.
cucaracha.
I'm like, first of all, organ sounds good.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
jam on an organ.
If
Yeah.
organ was bad, why do they play in church?
And at Madison Square Garden
Duh.
Yep.
during hockey games and basketball events.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that.
They do.
You know
I
those-
always, you know what I wonder? I
Like,
wonder
it's time
if
to
it's
praise God.
It's time to fucking praise God, and I wonder if it's the same organist every time, or if they have multiple.
I know this. I met somebody. I don't remember who I was with, but it might have
I'm
been one of you
starstruck.
two. I don't remember why.
Is
I know
this MSG?
this. I know somebody.
MSG.
Oh, we're talking MSG. Okay.
Is this live pod at MSG? Is that what?
Is this camera
Hey.
going straight to MSG?
I met someone who has a brother that was like a prodigy child Juilliard kid at like
Yeah.
10 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
What was his instrument?
well, he did whatever one he was a genius at. But then in college, he switched to the organ.
Awesome.
Because it pays so much and there's so few.
That's
So now he's
awesome.
making more than 6 figures at 20 years old, traveling and playing the organ
Wow.
because there's none of them.
That's awesome. It's such an amazing instrument. I mean, are there 3 levels? Or is it 2?
I don't know.
And I wonder if there's different types because
Yeah.
the organist at my church growing up, she bangs some bangers.
Yeah, and she could have just been like a
Gifted.
random person that was hired.
So they had
Louis Boss, but yes,
So
a
Sarah,
random.
Sarah had an organist playing all the time.
Well, no. I think she's playing. Like,
Oh.
okay, she went to Girl Yale.
The haunted chimes.
She knows. She knows all these languages. Like she's
Yeah.
very well educated. Of course, she plays organ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's girl piano.
Exactly. And then maybe the handyman. Yeah, maybe the handyman also playing organ.
yeah.
So it's like I don't think it's every night at midnight. And they also there's also this thing.
A bell tolls.
Yeah, right. And they're also saying like, oh, every night at midnight she'd hold a séance. Bitch, she's probably sleeping.
Yeah.
In one of her 40 bedrooms, she would
Yep.
sleep in a different
Different
bedroom.
She slept in
room.
it. Okay, so it lasted. Charles just touched my foot.
So sorry,
Oh
man.
my
He's like,
God.
love you.
Show us a pic or else.
This is the code. If I want.
This is
I
the
wanna
clip you
touch
gotta
feet
post. He
after.
just touched my foot. He's like, oh my god.
God.
Oh my fucking god. I'm gonna
So
choose.
this house that started as like this house that started as an 8-room farmhouse eventually became this enormous mansion. There were 2,000 doors.
Yeah.
One open to a 15-foot drop into a garden.
So cool.
One
Like,
one was a 1-story fall onto a kitchen sink.
oh, stop it.
There were 47
This is
fireplaces.
just great.
Maggie's like, where do I buy this?
Like, is this on Amazon?
17 chimneys. Only 30 fewer chimneys than there were fireplaces. Just trying to hotbox that bitch. Just throwing pounds of weed into the fireplace.
Wow.
We don't need the chimneys, guys.
I
Helps
bet it
my
was smoky
arthritis.
in there. I bet it was smoky in there.
I bet
Always
it was like
hot
a smoke
in there.
lodge.
And I guess her joints were free flowing, feeling good.
Oh yeah.
I bet
Yeah.
she wasn't tense.
No, she had a very free-flowing idea about what buildings were, for sure.
Well, it was also saying that she was like she would get these architectural magazines or whatever, or
Yeah.
whatever they have back then, and like get ideas and like it's like Pinterest.
Yeah,
she's
it's-
on Pinterest and she's figuring it
I
out
wanna
as she
do that.
goes. I want to do that.
I'm gonna do that. She like taught herself how
Yeah.
to do architecture, how to be an
It's-
architect.
Very
How
impressive.
to do architecture through this house, and then whenever she messed up, which is the reason for a lot of these insane things,
Mm-hmm.
I think some of it was just her having fun, but being fun and flirty.
Yeah.
But I think some of it was truly
Just a mistake.
messing up.
Yeah.
So that's where there's all these oddities and like unfinished things.
Yeah.
She just kept messing up, but just kept going.
Yeah.
Getting back on that horse.
Absolutely.
Building so she won't die.
Right, and then they're all saying, "Oh, that's to confuse the ghosts."
Which would be
Yes.
very
Does
funny
that
to me
steer well.
because I just picture if you could really see the ghosts. Imagine ghosts were real and you could see them, and just to picture a bunch of ghosts in the house like, "Ooh,
How do we get out around
this
here?
door leads nowhere."
It's like in Pac-Man when you eat the thing.
Yeah,
you're
and
like,
just, like, just hitting the wall.
where do I
over-
go? Where is Sarah?
Sarah!
I'm trying to
trying
get.
to-
I'm trying to possess Sarah.
Trying to eat her.
So many rooms.
Well, that's another rumor that she was possessed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't possessed.
No.
She's just hanging.
No, she just built a cupola 16
Yeah.
times and tore it down because it wasn't right.
But remember the earthquake in 1906. You're forgetting
How
about.
can you forget?
How could you?
You're
forget?
forgetting.
Because I lost a lot.
You think we're
of-
forgetting, Maggie? It's in the fucking document.
Fuck. There's the sheet. I keep.
What were you gonna say about the earthquake?
Well, I was going to say that I think that's also part of why there were many mistakes because everything fell through. Like
Yeah.
4 floors fell or something.
Yeah.
And she was apparently trapped in the attic when that was happening.
Uh-huh.
And then she's like, I'm never
Ooh.
going in
Trapped
that
in the
attic again.
closet. The original R. Kelly.
Yeah. She would piss
Yeah, her
on
servants.
all the,
Oh yeah, she piss
she pissed in
I heard
all
the piss
handyman's
actually
mouths.
flowed into the outside gardens. It
into
was
the.
one of her ingenious inventions.
It really is kind of like the Willy Wonka house.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it's
what I
pretty
think,
cool.
yeah.
Mhm.
And it was
River-
always
river
her piss.
piss.
That is a
River
fun
of
fact. That it was always Sarah's piss. Only the handyman knew that. But
If you see piss, it's Sarah's.
they signed an NDA. They're like, we're
what
not
do you
supposed to talk about the piss.
What do you think the
but-
windows were stained with? It was
Nah.
piss. Piss and food dye.
Yeah.
All right, she was a very innovative thinker. She repurposed a lot of
I mean,
stuff.
she and also a
So
lot
the
of
earthquake.
Okay, so the earthquake, 1906. She's trapped in the attic, allegedly.
Yeah.
She never goes back in that attic. They lock the attic, and they don't go in there until 2016. Saw that on a
Whoa.
saw that on a book.
Because they're like, well,
And-
the world's about to end. Oh, that was 2012.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was that a big?
It was a big Mayan.
2012 was the
There's a
year
movie
that-
called
Oh my god,
2012.
that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
There's a movie.
Oh my god, I'm
Maggie.
so dumb. Dumb slut alert. Okay. But anyways, so I feel like everything crashed down and then she started building out. So I feel like she probably had a lot of mistakes because of that too. Because she's like, well, I just lost like all this work.
Yeah, but
Oh,
she was
yeah.
building though for like a decade before that.
Well, yeah,
You
well,
know?
right. But
So,
then
like,
it's
there
like
were so many-
I mean, imagine
Also,
how
she-
devastating that is.
Of
like,
course. She actually after the
know?
earthquake didn't stay in the house.
She didn't?
She actually moved to like another like cottage or something, I think.
wow.
Spend some nights. So it's just like this whole myth of like construction was lasting
Yeah.
24/7,
Until she
365
dies, and
until
she's
she
crazy,
died.
and it's like-
And the moment that last hammer didn't hammer, she died.
And then it's like, meanwhile, summer's off. You know,
Summer's
Yeah.
off.
summer's off, pension, whatever. I don't
Yeah.
know.
She did build the house though, which I'll give credit to her. If you're self-teaching yourself to be an architect, she could have done a lot worse.
Absolutely.
Oh,
She built the
yeah.
She's really
foundation.
impressive.
She built the
Genius.
foundation of the house on a floating
Floating
foundation.
to-
So
floating.
the first 4 stories were secure.
Inner tube.
It was a
inner tube
series of
foundation.
inner tubes.
Yeah.
And there was a lazy river that she would charge
That
people.
was her piss.
It was
All of lazy river piss.
yeah, it was very warm. And the
Talk about
handyman-
lazy. I piss in this river.
The handyman had full
Why?
access. You gave them free access to the piss river. She was a generous woman.
Fast pass.
Yeah, the fast piss.
Marasmus.
Morass pass.
Marasmus.
How would you feel if you were one of the construction guys on this?
I'd
You're
be
like,
excited.
So what?
So-
You want like 13 nails, and you want like a chandelier with 13 bulbs in it? Cause what? You're gonna die? All right.
I love that San Jose accent.
Yeah, you know
It's a
they.
classic San Jose dialect.
A lot
I'm
of some
from
people
San
went west
Jose,
for
Long
gold.
Island.
Yeah,
I went
13 nails.
west to build a big building.
So you're telling me, Toots, you want a nice greenhouse over here for your your little plants?
So you want a stained glass, but doesn't see any light.
You want to piss on the glass? Is what you're telling
You
me?
want a skylight that opens up to the floor of a different
Okay,
floor.
let me get this straight.
I
She
feel
had
like a
that
lot
shit.
of them wanted to fuck her. Don't you think?
I hope so.
I don't
hope
know.
she was getting
a
some
toothless
not like
claw woman.
Okay,
I don't think so.
Oh, wait,
Zach,
wait,
she
wait.
lost her teeth later in life.
But I think I would be excited if I was one of those guys.
I'd
I'd
be
be like,
excited
holy
too.
shit,
You're like,
this
what
is
the fuck are we
amazing.
doing today?
Yeah.
You know?
Like she's probably
You want
so
a slide?
fun.
What do you
yeah,
want?
yeah.
How did she not have a
I'm
slide?
pretty sure there's a slide.
There's a slide.
actually.
That they will find later.
No, I
But they
think
haven't
did.
found
Listen, when
They're-
I was hosting this game on corporate Zoom, I
yeah.
remember there being a slide in
Really?
the
Years ago.
map. Yeah. And all this shit was in there too. Oh, she went to the medium. Oh, did she? Yeah. I would try to, incite
Oh, you would
confusion.
be funny like that. That's so funny.
Did she, guys?
This
I'm
would be
gonna
the
get
perfect
fired.
house though for like a zip line down to the town.
You're so right.
You know,
A
which I think would have
zip.
really helped the public opinion. They're like, she got a zip line.
She seems fun.
Zip line.
She seems
zip
cool.
lines are the best.
Yeah, it's pretty. Ziplining is pretty.
Instead of
fun.
going to Costa Rica, you're like, let's go to San Jose. Right,
Yeah.
the biggest zip line in North America.
I want to be. I want to smack into a stained glass.
That's how the ride ends.
Yeah, that's you just. Yep, shrapnel. In your face.
Now I build a room for you so your ghost can have peace. But she was obsessed in the construction with these prime numbers, 7, 11, and 13.
Yeah.
So she had like the number of railings on a staircase, the number of panes in a window, the number of like nails in a door.
You know what? I wonder if maybe that's like a configuration of her any special birthdays or something, like her husband's
I don't
birthday.
think so. I think it was a hobby, but it also seemed more than that.
Yeah.
Because it was constant, and it was like,
Right.
why is she continuing to build? Why is she doing all this?
Yeah.
So I think it was kind of like she had been so wrought by grief and everyone dying. This is the only control she had. Was to
Absolutely.
continue build. It's like she's binge building,
Totally.
you know?
Yeah.
Right? She's just like, I can't stop. I gotta.
I know. Well, it's also like what she doesn't have to work. Like she might as well. It's kind of like distracting yourself from your,
Yeah,
your
yeah, from
reality.
her, like,
like
tough
That's what I
life.
think it is too.
you know, like it's like I'm so sad. I don't know what I have. Literally nothing else to do. Like and they're not gonna give me. What am I gonna do with
yeah,
my life?
let's build a
Like,
door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
16
Build a
times.
door.
Yeah. Hey, we can use another
Yeah.
fireplace, right? Yeah. You sure you don't want to do any?
We have 44 fireplaces.
Yeah.
We just feel like 45.
Yeah.
Round it up.
This is a pretty big house.
And I love the sleeping in a different bedroom every night.
I would
That's
do that
the
if you had a
fucking
giant
dream. Oh
house.
my
You know, she only had
God.
one shower.
What?
Okay,
Yeah.
Well.
Okay, you made that up.
I didn't make that up. What are you calling me, Adam Coons here?
Okay, Adam.
Next
Whatever.
up, he didn't exist.
So one shower? Is that right? I could see her not bathing because that's
Yeah, she's
definitely
depressed.
a depression,
depressed, yeah.
grief.
They're like, what
thing.
about showers? We don't even. We
cares?
don't need.
More
any-
fire. She's like,
we have enough showers.
More fire. We don't need
Yeah.
water. More
We
fire.
have one shower.
I don't want to be able to put out any fires in the case.
I don't want to douse my hall of
One
fire.
sink, one shower, 75 fireplaces.
Yeah, maybe that's why all the things led to drop.
I'm a fire sign.
Yeah, totally.
She was
Yeah.
depressed. She's like, maybe the wrong door I'll just die out of.
Right.
Right.
Maybe one day I'll just
Well,
be
how did
wandering
she
around and
eventually
accidentally
die?
kill myself.
How did she eventually die? Was it just?
She died of congestive heart failure in her home.
Oh God.
No teeth when she died.
I mean, that's
Not
true.
even one.
Not.
Well,
At least she had a vaginal tooth.
I was
but
hoping we would just allude to it and maybe not say it.
One vag
She had
tooth.
a
Of
She had one.
course.
Nobody.
One pussy tooth, and that's it.
That was accounted for at the funeral.
I want the pussy tooth. No, I want the mansion ball. I'll take the pussy tooth.
Oh, yeah. Charles, you made this point when we were talking about it earlier. Can't ghosts just walk through stuff?
Yeah, I
If
don't
you're getting
understand.
chased by ghosts.
Well, that's why all this is fake. Because
Yeah.
it's like she's not stupid. Like,
Yeah,
and people,
Don't you believe?
well, earlier today I was like, I believe.
In ghosts, not in,
Oh,
not
in
in the myth
ghosts.
of
Yeah,
Sarah.
yeah, I do.
Okay, so I'm asking you your personal
I mean,
opinion on ghosts.
I think that if
being able to walk
I
through
think that
things.
some people kind of like, you're predisposed to having cancer, say,
Mm-hmm.
you might be predisposed to like having ghosts in your life. I think it's sort of like a genetic
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Interesting theory.
That's
I've
a
never
good
heard that.
theory.
Yeah,
That's an
it's like
interesting theory.
how some families are like, yeah, we're all haunted by ghosts and stuff.
Yeah,
All our houses are. It's like it's a family thing.
it's true.
It's
And
literally
our
runs
family's
in
like,
your
yeah, high
fucking
blood
I
family.
do,
pressure.
yeah, like Stanley Yale nuts.
Excuse me.
They were haunted for years.
The guy in holes.
Wait. Oh. Wait. Stanley.
Or
Like.
is that the Transformers guy?
No, it's the same guy. It's
No,
Shia
it's
LaBeouf.
Oh, it's Shia.
But
yeah.
but
But
the
in the
character.
book,
I
in
it's
Transformers
forgot
more
is
about
the same.
Stanley. I was like, is that a childhood friend that you're?
Is that what happened to him in Holes after he just
Is
found a
that
sweet
right?
Corvette and then it became a Transformer?
That's-
it's
Dude,
the same
Shia-
cinematic universe.
I'm obsessed with Shia's
He's like, I can dig
journey.
so many holes now.
Shia's so
Bumblebee,
funny.
get on it.
Oh, God, I'm obsessed with him.
Are you even now?
I
Two
love
different
him.
conversations.
I love Shia. Oh, I love
Yeah,
him.
he's good.
He's really fucked up though. He's abusive.
Yeah.
But I don't. That's not part of my narrative. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I like
Anyways,
to
whatever.
focus
That's
on
not
I
part
like
of
to focus
my
on more of the
personal
even
narrative
Yeah,
about
yeah,
Shia.
even Stevens, and also like his weird performance art.
Dig
Okay,
it up, dig
I'm
it.
so hungry.
Dig it up. Are you hungry?
I just realized
Let's get some ramen. No, I'm kidding.
I would definitely eat something. Okay.
Yeah, well, we can keep going and wrap
Well,
it
what
up pretty
time is
soon.
it? Oh, okay.
It
Well, whatever.
is-
I'm
well,
on your
yeah,
time.
it is
We're
for
getting there. Yeah,
Honestly,
we'll try
I
to
love
wrap it
being
up in the next
high
30.
and hungry because my body's just a vessel.
Exactly. You're just
And I'm
you're
ready to
just an
stretch.
astronaut in a spacesuit.
Don't let me eat before I stretch.
We're
on you
gonna tie
guys.
you down to the chair
That's
so we
on
can
you
finish
guys.
this pod.
You're guests in my house. Don't let me eat before I stretch.
You got to tie me up. If you want to finish the pod, you got to tie me up so I don't move. All right? I should have told you that earlier.
Let me bleed where I'm tied. I want to bleed out while I'm tied up.
Well, I
Maggie
guess-
insisted on bleeding the whole episode.
Anyway, back to the
So,
fun
but what were
holes
we
riff.
just saying?
I was
That
doing a holes riff.
Oh,
about
that
if-
you're pre-genetically disposed to
Oh,
being.
okay, right,
to be having.
right. So,
I was doing
if
a
you,
riff
I
about
think that,
holes.
like, because you know how you meet like a group, like a family, and like, okay, yeah, he was haunted by ghosts, yeah. Like, I think it's kind of in your genes, also if you're inviting it into your life a lot, it's more likely to happen. Like
Okay.
people
Much
who
like
are
cancer.
already in that zone of
If you're
like
hanging out with microwaves,
Yeah.
you're gonna get cancer.
exactly. But if you're like, if you have like a mom that was like, oh, well, I was haunted, it's like you're gonna be a haunted
Right.
daughter or
Yeah.
whatever, and it's just that's
Right.
the way
That's the way it goes.
works.
Yeah.
But I don't.
well, my mother was haunted.
My
and
mother was haunted.
Now
My
I'm
dad
the
was haunted.
Don't-
I'm haunted.
My
I'm
grandfather.
a haunted bitch.
My
That's-
grandfather was Union. He was haunted, but only on the weekdays.
So it didn't really count. His mother was haunted, like the Jewish thing.
His mother was haunted. His mother's mother was haunted.
So I'm culturally haunted, but I don't really.
I don't
I
believe
don't
so.
see-
I don't practice haunt.
I don't see spirits, but I do feel
Right.
like
well,
I see
also,
spirits.
there's people who like definitely see entities and spirits and stuff, but I like it when they keep it to themselves.
Yeah.
Themselves.
So you think it's a gene? That's interesting.
I think it's a gene,
Do you think
yeah.
it could be removed before? You know,
I would
like,
hope so. Eugenics.
Yeah, that's right. Back to the theme of this podcast.
Back to the
eugenics.
theme of this.
The only eugenics
Recon-
podcast.
and by the way, we're welcoming of all classes. We just hate the weak.
That's right.
Yeah.
We don't
Whoever
want the
that
weak.
is.
We don't want the weak. And now is being able to interact with ghosts a weak thing? Well, that's another question.
I mean, for Sarah,
I mean,
I
is
don't
it a-
know. No, I don't think so.
Well, I also think
it
it's like
leads to a
someone
lot
who
of
plays with a
torment.
lot of Ouija boards. Like they haunt themselves. And they
Yeah.
have bad luck throughout their life. That's just known.
Yeah, you do that to yourself.
Yeah, you
Someone
do.
dies from a haunting. You're like, well, was she playing with a Ouija board?
Well, I mean, literally though.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
was she?
I mean,
Well,
yeah. That's
what
I
was
don't.
she
I don't.
Ouijing?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I went through a phase where I was like, if there's any spirits, like say hi. You know.
Sure, you're inviting
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, you invite it,
energy.
right? You're
All
like
right.
19 and you're inviting it. and you're just like,
I'm
if
19
there's
and
a spirit
inviting.
here, please say hello. That's how you start it. And then you're like, okay, I'm good. Bye, or whatever. You just
Gotta
start
go.
it. Yeah,
You-
gotta go. Just
you hang
kidding.
up
I'm
the
busy.
phone.
I'm busy.
You hang up the
You just leave a panicked voicemail for a spirit. That's what you would do as a
if
teenager.
there's a spirit, please say hello. I'm like, oh my god.
Never mind.
Bye.
Remember,
Yeah.
you ever call 911 and they're like, "What's your emergency?" I'm like, "Ah!" And then you hang up. I'm like, "Well, we gotta send a car now." A kid just screamed. And then I did that once, and I hid behind the grill, and my mom had to come find me.
What?
I was like cowering behind the grill and
Because
she's
you were
like,
as you were
Because you
waiting.
were like, I want to
Zach,
call 911.
there was a
I'm
cop
crazy.
there being like,
oh, was Zach a cop came and you hid behind a
Yeah.
grill?
oh my god.
"Yeah," because I knew before everybody else knew the ACAB.
Wow.
Wait.
I was an
Why
adult.
did you call the police? You
Because you're
called-
just like, it's fun.
I rang
It's like-
911. And I was like, "What would happen?"
right.
They dispatch a cop.
They send a cop. Yeah.
They send a police.
That's happened to me
officer.
where I thought my friend. I was just in the pandemic and I didn't have a lot to do, so I was like, my friend didn't answer my call, and I was like, well, she's been hurt. She's been kidnapped. So I called the cops, and they came up to her in a park. They found her.
That's
in a park.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
so
that's.
funny.
I mean,
that's nice
I'm
of
just
you.
like,
That's-
I'm really nice.
check this out. That's an anxious thought. Sarah
It's-
dealt with a lot of anxious thoughts
Yeah,
as well.
and so did that TikTok girl doing the tour of her
doing
house.
the tour. She's
I have
probably Sarah
anxiety.
reincarnated.
What
How many
is-
teeth did she have? Just one.
Just one.
Just
it was,
nice.
and it was from her puss.
Guys, we don't have to say it every time.
Sorry.
We can just leave it for the audience.
We
to-
get it. You
Oh, when
take
you
that
make
out.
them say it,
yeah.
it's fun.
Then it's a catchphrase.
Then it's
Then
Then
it's
they
a-
want shirts
over-
that says any teeth,
Puss
just
in
the
tooth.
one.
Or
Puss.
Puss and tooth. Tooth and
puss.
puss.
Tooth and puss.
That's my favorite character from the Shrek porn. It's
Tooth and puss.
But how could you not? I'm going to really just
Yeah,
keep us
please,
going.
please.
That's going to be my role for the next 30 minutes. How could you not be Sarah and kind of lean towards superstition
Yeah.
or OCD tendencies? You
Absolutely.
know, you feel guilt, you feel fear.
Yeah.
You're like, this is the only thing that brings me joy. I'm just going to
Absolutely.
build and never shower.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
I'm going to pay you double to smell me. That's really why I'm paying you so much, because I stink.
They're like, she's up. She smells.
She reeks, dude. She is the bell of smell.
Just
That
smell
girl.
the ball.
Smell.
Let me tell you, I
She's the
smell
smell.
my balls to get her sent out of me.
She's the smell of New Haven. I love New Haven. Smells horrible because Sarah. But some people call her Sally too. Did you hear that?
Oh,
like,
no.
Stinky Sally.
Smelly Sal?
Stinky Sal.
I did hear that.
Call me
She
Sal.
invented
Stinky
a lot.
Sal.
She had a lot of cool inventions.
She's so cool.
One of those was not the washing machine.
Wait. Oh, right.
'Cause she
It wasn't soap, that's for sure.
It was not soap.
It was
Nice.
not body.
It wasn't
body.
washing her ass.
You ever smell her ass?
That was not one of her
That's what they talk
inventions.
about on work.
God.
Little lady, big smell. Tell you that.
410 smells like a 6'5" man.
She looks
That
4'10".
hasn't
She's
bathed.
Oh man.
So
After she sleeps in the bedroom, it's like that one's smelly now.
yeah, she must have slept in here tonight.
I think the slut slept in here last night.
The haunted, smelly slut.
I
Oh,
smell
yeah.
this bedroom, but these smell good and these four smell bad. So I think she's on to
That's why she had to keep building
that's how they
bedrooms.
track her.
That's how they track her. Where is she? Where is this haunted bitch?
There's just like
smell
green
smell
smell
for her.
prints all over the.
Yeah. She's
I
in.
wonder if she wore like the same, because I guess she wasn't into clothing. Like I wonder if she wore the same dress like just all the time.
yeah.
I bet she did. I bet she
Yeah.
did. Stinky puss, stinky ass.
Yeah, we got the whole region covered. Yeah, that's about what
But
was
what
stinky.
about
What about her tummy? What about
Did that stink?
What about her shoulders?
what about her tits?
What about her tits? Did
Did her
those smell?
tits smell?
Let's talk
All
about some of
right.
the other inventions that,
Okay,
that she had,
so
because she was a clever,
First
clever
used to
old bitch.
wool insulation. Wait, lit with carbide gas.
I could read them.
Well, clearly I can't. So.
Well, they're just bullets.
Let me read these since you.
She was the first, and Maggie's singing them. And they're like, why doesn't this make sense?
Oddities of the house. That's one of the next
Yeah, it is.
parts of the song.
Oh, yeah, this is one of the weird things, too. A flight of switchback stairs with 2-inch steps.
Oh my
So
god!
it's like a handicap
that's so
ramp.
cute.
Well, it's because of her arthritis. It was
Oh.
like difficult
Come
for her to
on, no,
get
that's for mice.
It's
for mice.
what?
staff.
It's to confuse the mice.
It's to confuse the ghost mice.
Instead of
The-
cleaning, she just keeps building. She's like, they
30
can't
steps
the
to get
whole
up
house.
5 feet. I mean, that's not for arthritis. That is for adorable fun.
No. You think she's
Yeah.
running through giggling like she was when she was...
5 feet.
Yeah, dude. She had
30
arthritis.
steps.
She had arthritis.
Arthritis, morass.
Arthritis.
So no, but 5 feet, like just because you have rheumatoid arthritis, that's probably healed because you're in San Jose. So you don't have it anymore, obviously. No TB, no arthritis. So you're going up 5 feet.
Your husband's alive.
Yeah, she's just having
Your
a blast.
child's
She's just,
happy.
you know what? She has tap shoes. She's going downstairs. Sarah had tap.
She's doing
did
numbers.
tap. She went to Girl Yale. They only did tap.
Yeah, they did a lot of
They
tap.
did a lot of tap.
But never for money, because that'd make you a whore. That's true. And
That's true.
Is that
That's
true?
in the Bible.
you
We all
couldn't
know
ply,
that.
you couldn't ply
That
your
is a
wares as a woman.
verse.
You couldn't make Mozart's sister couldn't make any money after 18 because she wasn't
Really?
a prodigy. She was a unmarried woman.
Oh my god.
And it was seen as if you made money, you were a whore.
Oh my god.
Even for like playing piano,
That's-
they're like, well, you're looking at her,
Oh
so
my
you must be giving men
God.
some sexy.
God, I'm so glad. I think I would just kill myself.
Yeah.
Before.
I think you would be burned at the stake. if you
Yeah.
did it back
Oh,
then.
I think.
Yeah, you'd sing one song and they'd be like,
They'd be like, "She's weird."
Kill the bleeding witch.
She's always bleeding. Gotta kill her. It's just my IUD. Calm down.
it's just my IUD,
God,
guys.
It just makes you
They're
bleed.
like,
made
every
us
day.
chanting at
wigs.
us. IUD,
This is the
IUD.
1800s. It's made
IUD.
of-
She's speaking in tongues.
It's a spell.
IUD.
IUD. IUD.
Wait, what was Charles's finger?
IUD.
IUD.
Sounds a little Indian.
I'm
IUD.
turning to stone.
I'm turning into copper.
Oh yeah.
So she had there was hold on. This is my favorite invention of hers.
Okay.
She had an enunciator,
Oh yeah, the enunciator.
which is
so
like
cool.
it's like I mean this is
that
her
was a
fun
big
side.
part of the game that I
Yeah.
played
This-
on
yeah.
Zoom.
Yeah, you were the enunciator.
You want to describe the enunciator?
Well, we actually had to skip that game a lot. Seriously, because no one
Sounds
understood
like the worst
it. It was-
shitty activity
It was
ever.
like kind of poorly designed, much like the house. In some ways, but yeah,
There were subways
It was
in the
just
house.
there was
a
a
subway.
subway, which it was the
There was a
7 line.
subway?
It was the 7 line.
The L tray.
It was the F for freak for.
The G, the ghost.
The G for the ghost. But yeah, I mean, we skipped that game because no one understood it. It was too hard.
Dang.
So like all the teams were like, skip that. So, but basically, it was just kind of like you'd have to like listen to different audio clues to decipher a message, and like then it was like,
yeah, but
whatever,
in the house it was tubes
yeah,
that led to different rooms, so you could talk into a tube
well, to communicate with the workers.
with the workers.
Right.
Yeah.
And the spirits.
Can you smell me?
I'm
you
50
smell me
rooms
through the
away.
pipes?
Can you smell me?
She plays-
Yes! Oh my God, I can smell you.
I
They're
can't
like-
stop smelling
wait,
you.
they're all like, just play along. She
Yeah.
loves to spit.
Yes, we can smell
We
you.
can smell
Yes.
you.
Oh my gosh, just every night.
We can only fit 12 nails. It has to be 13.
Dude, he's new. He doesn't get it.
He's new.
Yeah.
Has
Just,
to be
just fucking
13.
just put a.
She
just put
pays
it
you a lot,
next to
okay?
it.
This isn't for you to be in charge. She's in charge. You get the money, okay?
Yeah. We all know it's all gonna fall
Wait,
down.
I'm not to read the sheet, but I know I'm
You
not
can read the
allowed.
sheet. You
But
can read the sheet.
it says oddities, but oddities of the house. But I thought it said cooties.
Cooties of the house.
Cooties.
Some
of
say the house has cooties.
Yeah, the house has cooties,
It's a
guys.
sexually transmitting house. So they try to play it up. The people who ended up buying this house when she died,
Oh, wasn't it a weird couple?
it was a
Yes.
it used to be a
Right?
theme. It was the Browns. It used to be
Right.
a theme park
The theme park-
designer.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
It was this woman, like Maybe or Maple or something, or I don't know. But the Browns, yeah, they were like theme park people. So they bought this, and then
Well, I think they were inspired.
Yeah.
I
right?
mean, yeah, by a cash grab. I think they're like, oh, we can really
Yeah.
capitalize
Well,
on this
because it was
haunted
kinda
house.
because it was kind of cheap, right?
Yes.
Well, it was
there was a-
declared
Right.
worthless.
Yeah.
When she died. Seriously,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
appraiser was like, yeah, it's about $0. It's a bunch of wood, I guess,
Wow.
which is insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And
Must
then-
have been jealous.
And then they
Yeah.
bought it for like I think a modern
100
equivalent of like $2 million. Yeah, it was
Yes.
like 100,000.
135K.
135.
Yeah.
So they bought it, and then I think they started really playing up the ghost angle
Yeah,
and
totally.
the haunted tours. I mean,
Well, I
luring
wonder,
in corporations
yeah.
for decades.
Well, did that couple live there for a while and they kind of turned it into a business? Is that
I don't
like
even know if they lived there.
I don't think they even live there.
I think they immediately flipped it, and also it was
Wow.
said that the thing that you were telling me earlier, that they may have incorporated more of the 13 and the 7
Yeah.
and the 11, the mysterious numbers.
Because who's to say who's going to count this?
Yeah.
A carpenter working on it was like, I mean, she did some of that, but like they did more of it.
Yeah.
To make it seem
now,
like it
my
was
new
spooky.
theory is that the theme park couple, toxic theme park couple,
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
invented
They
the
found a
Adam
lot.
Coons thing.
Yeah, they definitely
I
could've.
bet,
That's
yeah.
a great
Because
theory.
now I'm curious. Like if we looked at articles that were published about Sarah before she died, did the medium ever come up? Probably not.
No, I don't think
That's
so.
a good question.
Right?
I don't think they were talking about the medium
Ghosts
at all.
weren't
Exactly.
a topic.
Exactly.
It was
Yeah.
just
It's
until,
just a spooky, sad woman
yeah.
with a fortune.
It's funny how it evolves, though, because it
Yeah.
starts just with her wasting money.
Right.
And then it goes into, like, ooh, she's doing this so she'll never die, like the billionaire space
Yeah.
weird immortality thing, which is strange to be like, why would that prevent you from dying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It makes sense to download your consciousness into a
also-
computer, but, like, what are you just going to build? What are you talking about?
Right. It's also
Everyone's like, we all know the secret to immortal life.
And-
Never stop building your house. Always be renovating.
make a bad stairwell. That's how you live forever.
Make a shitty stairwell, a bunch of windows, doors, one shower, never bathe. It's obvious.
Never
Don't you see?
smell up, stink up every bedroom you sleep
You
in,
see?
and that's how you live
Sleep in
forever.
filth up a different bedroom every night, and God can't see you. He can't
But
catch
now-
you.
God
But
can't.
also-
Satan can't catch you.
Uh-huh.
Satan can't
No
get
one
to you.
can.
But also, it's like, they're ignoring the fact that she's a brilliant architect.
Yeah.
And she's really smart
She's
and
a
passionate.
genius.
And she's just kind of this, like, quirky woman who's passionate about something that they just don't get it. They don't understand her. So I think that's, if it were a man living alone, building a house,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be spooky.
It should be
I'll tell you that.
Be a tycoon,
It'd be a tycoon.
a Ty Adam
exactly.
right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
Tyler Coon.
Tyler Coon.
But if it was a guy that lost his wife and his daughter and then
Right.
moved to California to build this mansion, he'd be a genius.
Yeah.
But
be the
she's
Great Gatsby.
crazy. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is.
She's
the
insane.
There's a
yeah.
story about this. It's called The Great Gatsby.
Yeah. And if he
Yeah.
wore all black, no one would notice. They'd be like, classy
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. Tux every day.
Like he would literally.
Yeah.
She's not celebrated. She's like demonized. It's very sad. You know.
She is demonized.
Sad.
Well, it's funny though because you say she's a brilliant architect, which I don't disagree with.
Yeah.
But you also in the house, it's like for a comic, you see like all of her open mic sets,
Yep.
all of her like she's getting better, but the
Right.
mistakes are still there.
Right.
You know, it's just funny that you see the errors.
Right. Right.
Yeah, you're like this. Don't go over that wing of the house.
But then it's
so
also like now
embarrassing.
I'm
Yeah.
now I'm just
I was like 1 year in on that year.
Yeah.
on that part of the
That
house.
hallway's
Right.
like
I would-
on
seven-
that
like,
stairwell
just
doesn't even have 13 nails. Yeah,
Dude,
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I thought I was ready for hallway FL. I don't know.
Hallway FL.
Oh
How's it Central? I thought I could.
Oh my god! But what I'm thinking is like
House
she.
BO. A home box office.
I feel like I'm picturing this theme park couple like plotting in the we'll call this the seance room.
Yeah, exactly.
This big room.
Yeah.
We'll call this the
They're
seance
just
room.
hot. Just
And
doing
we'll
they're,
fill
doing,
it.
they're doing coke.
They're
They're
just-
obviously on coke. The fuck
They're
up.
like, we do coke in every room.
smells like shit in here.
It smells really bad. But yeah, so they're plotting and they're creating this whole fucking narrative. It's them.
That's a great theory.
It is them.
It is because
It is.
that allows them to make this a big attraction.
It is them.
It is them.
Oddities in the house. It is them.
Well, I also think too. Is that a new show we're hosting?
It is them.
He doesn't exist. That's the theme song for.
Brought to you by
Doesn't exist.
Odysseys in the House. I think that could be true because just like the
Oddity zone. Get in the zone. What? What's true?
I
What?
forgot, guys.
What? Wait,
What's
I'm the
true?
ghost from your house. What?
What?
You know that
Guys,
classic
that's what you
ghost.
said.
Oh yeah. So wait, can you say that on the? That was just in the beginning when we weren't really. We were just.
I think
shitting
it was
around.
recording.
It was recording, but I want you to say it again.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to edit it and be annoying.
Oh, you say it again.
Just
Okay,
yeah,
so
because you were researching this and then you felt a presence.
Oh yes. While I was researching this
Tell us
late
about
last
that.
night, it was around midnight. I had just
the bell had just rung.
the bell had just rung.
I heard the organ and
and I
And I
heard
smelled the smell.
I heard a ghost. I smelled the smell of a ghost.
so the ghost
Um,
said,
Oh, so
The ghost saith what?
I was researching and I heard a ghost and I from the kitchen I just heard what? And that's what it sounded like.
Hello?
you know, the classic ghost sound.
Confused
What?
ghosts.
What?
I'm really confused poltergeist.
I'm sorry, this stairwell is backwards. I'm confused. What?
He keeps knocking spoons around, but I think it's because he's lost.
Yeah.
He doesn't know where to go.
I think my ghost
Like,
has
I'm like,
dementia.
I'm opening the window. I'm like, go. It's like we have a bird.
What?
Just leave. What?
Oh, speaking of birds, a
Got a
lot of
dumbass-
birds in the decor. A lot of birds
Oh,
in the stained glass.
really?
Yeah.
Birds.
So gorgeous stained glass and also fish too. So it's like it's a happy house.
It's a happy house.
So you know this theme park couple fucked it up.
I think
Oh, they darkened
Wasn't
it.
that
They
what I was gonna
darkened
say?
it.
because they could. We're all the way on the west on San Jose, so if they did come up with that theory, they could make up somebody of
That's so
on
funny.
the
In the
east
East
who was
Coast,
the medium
that's
because they can't look it up.
genius.
Oh.
Because they go, "Who's Adam
my-
Coons?" And they're like, The famous
Boston comedian. I almost said
You don't know?
famous Boston comic.
He went to Girl Yale. The only guy to go to Girl Yale.
You don't know Lenny Clark, famous Boston medium?
Right. So, and the specificity of that is so
Yeah.
fake too. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, the famous Boston is Boston.
My
known
medium
for
goes
fucking
to another
mediums?
school.
Well, there's Salem. I would say Salem, maybe.
Oh, but that's the witch.
But
that's where
not
they burn
mediums.
people.
Oh,
Yeah, but
you
that's-
should do a podcast on that because there's a whole brothers and running that whole shit.
Whoa.
Oh, they ran that whole shit. It's like a couple of priests,
like
brothers.
the Barnum. Oh, okay.
The Barnum and Bailey
Oh,
circus.
should we do brothers as in brotherhoods?
Yeah, we should.
Not blood related, but by cloth. So you're right about the East Coast thing. They
That's
couldn't
really
check.
smart, yeah.
They couldn't check.
Thanks, guys.
Charles has fooled.
Yeah,
I
a-
look
couldn't
at
have done
that.
it without you.
Look at
Charles has
that.
fooled a lot of tourists in his day.
I am pissed at the. What's the
Oh,
name
by
of
the
it?
way, these
Yeah.
are fucked up people. One of his inventions, John
Backity
Brown,
back coaster.
the backity-back coaster in Canada, so it
See?
doesn't count, killed a woman
Dude.
who was thrown from a car.
Whoa.
After her death, the Browns moved to California to build a theme park that would never cease
Whoa.
construction until they died.
They literally are fleeing to California to escape the scandal
Wow.
Yeah.
of killing the
The
woman on the
trial.
backity back.
Yeah, yeah.
She died in the backity
They blew
back.
out her backity-back. She was cut in half.
Dude, this is like Riot Playland where there's like multiple decapitations. You know about that one?
Ooh.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
No,
So
I don't
Anyways,
know that
So
one.
these hack theme park
yeah,
people,
isn't that
not
crazy?
Hershey,
I mean,
not
and isn't
Mr.
it-
Flags.
Isn't it like the
his six
hackiest
brothers.
of the hacks? Like blaming it backity back,
Yeah.
Canadian roller coaster salesman couple, whatever, disgusting, and they're just gross.
A door-to-door roller coaster salesman.
Door to door. My husband goes door to door selling roller coasters.
Excuse
so he's always working.
When's the last time you replaced your roller coaster? I'm selling roller coaster warranties. You're like,
it's
I
like-
don't have a roller
like,
coaster.
They are fucking scammers.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
scammers.
they are
The
scammers.
grifters.
It's and what are their names? What are I wanna see-
John and
Oh, Brown.
Mammy Brown. Mammy.
Yeah, that's
Mammy.
Mammy.
fucking
Call me Mammy.
Mammy, there's
like,
guests waiting.
Are they not a gross, disgusting
Yeah.
couple that come in and they just like destroy? Not that they destroy, but they make a mockery of her home.
Yes,
That's what they do.
that's a
for
great
The
way.
money.
seance room, yes, which is magnificently done in heavy velvet cloth of many colors.
Yeah.
She would never have had velvet. It
No.
would have absorbed the stink.
That's right.
It
We all know
couldn't-
Sarah hated velvet.
She hated absorbing. Here are hundreds of clothes hooks upon which hang many costumes. Miss Winchester, it is said, believes she could don any of these costumes and
is
speak
all
to the
made up.
spirits of the characters
first of all, this
of
isn't-
the area represented by the clothing.
This is all made up.
All of this shit was made up about Sarah and the ghosts and whatever. But now that she has passed and people go to her house, they do report seeing workers or
What?
whatever. What do you
Yeah.
think it's because
No.
they're being primed?
Yeah,
Yes.
You think so?
absolutely,
They're being
absolutely,
primed.
absolutely,
Okay. All right.
totally primed.
Yeah.
Because Houdini was quoted saying she wears something that alluded to her wearing many costumes, but it was after she had died.
Yeah.
So it was like, well, did he see her in a costume? But he's probably just,
He's just-
he's a shrewd
he's a storyteller.
He's a shrewd businessman.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
business guy.
He's
He's
yeah.
big business.
He's
big magic.
He is big magic.
So I'm
He
trying
wrote
to
a book,
think,
The
so,
Art of the Chain.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big business.
So big business.
One person online, I was reading like this blog post about like some guy who went to the tour and reviewed it. He was like, "What?" Playing along with the ghost thing. He's like, "Why one mansion to hide all the spirits? Why couldn't she constantly build houses? Not one. Think of all the families. I would live in a ghost house. I wouldn't care. It's not haunting me." Also, one person made a good point of like, why wouldn't any of her family be haunted?
Yeah.
She's the only one. She didn't even make the gun.
Yeah.
She's trying to repurpose the company into rollerblades. And
Exactly. Exactly.
She's-
She didn't. She's not part of the gun, right?
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
just a
Oh,
gun
and
by
by the
association.
way, this is kind of an of the times thing. Around the 1920s is when people started to be like, "Oh, guns are bad.
right.
Guns are violent. Guns kill people."
Right. That's such a great point.
And so,
yeah.
as a gun woman, you know what I mean? You
A
see them
woman
on
of the gun.
You see them on Instagram wearing a prom dress, shooting a pistol.
Yeah.
They're like, I love guns. She's
Yep.
like that
Totally.
to them, and
That's-
so
yeah.
they're like, "Well, she must have felt so guilty
Oh.
Right.
and so haunted."
Well, this is also, I think,
And I think she kinda
maybe,
did feel guilty.
maybe. I mean, I think the gun stuff came into it probably before evil theme park Brown came in.
Right.
But it's like they're probably maybe
The door-to-door roller coaster.
the
salesman.
door-to-door roller coaster salesman.
Yeah.
But it's like death of a roller coaster salesman.
I've got deals on mousetraps. You know those mouse ones?
Yeah.
Yes, those
I
are
got Wooden's
super
half
scary.
off. Like, where are we gonna put it?
This will decapitate. This will throw a woman from a car.
What if the
half
wife,
off
the
for
wife,
this one?
You drive home, your wife has installed a roller coaster in the front yard.
Yeah.
Babe,
babe.
It's just
You didn't even consult me?
You didn't call me?
He just came by. He's very convincing.
He's very... I thought you'd like it. We said we were going to talk about it. Before we make a big roller coaster purchase, I wanted a Ferris wheel. And you knew that.
Okay, but this is what I'm thinking. Like, maybe it's people who are writing the articles who are like, "Oh, she's a creepy woman." Also had some gun violence or were wronged by a Winchester in some capacity. Maybe we said this earlier, but right? I mean, that could have been part of it too.
Could have been a thing to gang up on her because of they need somebody.
Oh, she
to be
has so
angry
much
at.
money building in my town. You know, like it's also
building a space.
Yeah.
I wish she would have lived forever just to hear all the theories. Yeah. I was just trying to get to the moon. You know,
right, she's like really dumb.
She's
like, moon challenge.
It's a moonshot.
1906 moon challenge.
You got to build up. It's a fucking moonshot, that house. I hear it's actually bigger underground.
It's like an iceberg, that house.
Oh my god, it's right.
Once you
didn't even see 70% of it. It's below.
There's a
below
minotaur
surface,
locked up
baby.
in a labyrinth below.
You should see the basement. No one talked about the basement.
There's apparently a wine cellar that no one can find.
Wow.
Which I bet Elvis is there alive.
Oh, probably.
With
And Tupac.
And Epstein.
Oh.
Wow, what a party.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good
Sounds
time.
like a good gathering. Fun.
Chips and dip.
Well, also, I think
Kids
this
and
whole
dip.
thing about her being paranoid was like part of the fake theory too. It's like, who's to say that she had deep paranoia? I think she was having a blast building her home.
I think you're sugarcoating it a little bit. I think she had OCD.
Well, you're clearly on the brown side.
Yeah, I'm a brown man.
You're the son of the
brown
brown.
Yeah, you're
Son of
clearly
a brown.
You go to girl Yale and I'm a boy brown. What can I say? We're a little more progressive. So we're gonna wrap it up.
Okay.
And we have a few questions for you.
Oh, okay.
So, well, what would you put in the house? Because we talked about slides, zip lines.
Yeah.
You know, you obviously have an eye for decor.
Thank you.
You have a unicorn getting snuffed
Shot
out.
in the head, yeah.
Shot in the head,
Hell
and a
yeah.
lot of other great stuff by dorothyart.com.
Yes, dorothyart.com.
So, what would you put in the house?
If I had that much money, is that the question?
Indisposable income.
Wow. I think I'd do some theme park
You'd
stuff.
steal.
Yeah, I would.
With all that money, I would steal.
Well, I'd steal for fun because I
hobbies.
can. And no, I'd have a ton of plants. I'd have like several gorgeous greenhouses with flowers and all that. I'm loving the stained glass. I'd have different. Well, this is also what she did. She had different themes for rooms, like different styles, like a Greek.
It's very European.
room.
It's like Versailles.
So I think I'd have. I would get really excited about the decor. I'd have like different dining rooms, I'd have spooky stuff too.
That's you can do that in The Sims. Did you ever play that?
I never did.
Oh, in The Sims, if you get unlimited money,
Sarah would have loved
each room you
The
can make
Sims.
like a
She would have
different.
loved it.
Yeah,
She would
Sarah
have
would've
loved
loved
Facebook
The
live
Sims.
stream and The
Oh,
Sims.
yeah.
Farmville. Sarah would have been all over Farmville.
Well, it was an OG, a farmhouse.
It was the first farmhouse. Yeah,
It was a farmhouse.
She beat Farmville.
She totally did. She
With her
totally did.
house.
So I think I'd have a room full of dogs.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was gonna say.
Right?
I could see
You
that.
gotta have a room
Dog
full of
room.
dogs. A cat room.
Yeah, lizard room.
To be Tiger King, but that's not even your main thing.
Yeah.
You're like, I have a tiger room, but
yeah.
I also have a lot of
Oh
other
my god,
rooms.
that's awesome. A snake room.
I have a trampoline
Ooh,
room.
I would.
and
Well, I
it's-
have a bunch of chapels too. If you want to pray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scared of the snakes? Go to the
Yeah.
snake room.
Like
Go
a
to
college
chapel.
campus. You're like, there's a chapel for the
I
West
mean,
Campus.
I'd have,
here.
also, if you have all those rooms, you can dedicate each room to like a friend or like a family
Yeah.
member.
Like buying a star for someone.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm like, yes, yeah.
I would just live there. I would just
Yeah. I mean, there's so much you could do. It's like, I bet she got excited about each room.
Airbnb.
Yeah.
Also, it's like, I feel like, she's obsessed, but it's also like, I could see someone who's really interested in architecture and also decor, like getting really excited forever about this. And it's a distraction from all the deaths she experienced, but it's also like fun. So I don't know. I'd have a room full of dogs. I'd start there. I'd have a whole spa too.
I would have
Oh,
many pools.
yeah.
I would like to
I'd
have
have a
kind
hot
of
pool.
like Venice, like pools connecting to each other. So
I'd
you
have a
could also
gondola.
swim.
You know what I'd have? A gondola.
Ooh, gondola would be nice.
I'd have some boats.
Gondola to your spa.
Hell yeah.
What'd you have, Charles?
Yeah.
I would like at least some sort of secret passageway.
Totally.
That's what I would like.
Yeah.
I'd like to have like a skate park too, but
Oh,
like I can't
yeah.
skate.
What's that?
I can't really skate.
That's all right. You'd learn.
If
Yeah,
I had a
your
repeating
park.
rollerblade.
Yeah.
Maybe I would learn.
Absolutely.
It'd be cool to, skaters always look cool.
I know. You see, I would just picture Sarah like on Cribs. It's like
So
it's like
great.
8 hours. Welcome to my home.
Yeah.
The
It's part-
cameramen are like
part
how
24.
much longer?
My show.
So much longer. No breaks. Yeah, the rumors are true.
You
no
work
breaks.
around the clock. It's like
That's
Elon
right.
Musk, piss in a bottle, boys. This is
Yeah.
Amazon.
can piss anywhere you want. It goes all straight to the
All
garden.
straight into my mouth.
Guys, give me your piss bottles when you're done. I'll get rid of them.
So you'd
Give
have,
me my straw for the river.
you would have some secret passageways.
Yeah. Secret
Yep.
passageways. And then everything would just be, I'd have a bunch of those giant like bean bags.
Oh,
Ooh,
fuck yeah.
What's that
Yeah.
company called? Love
Ooh,
Sea.
I'd have a foam
Love-
pit and a diving
Oh,
Oh my
board.
God,
yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have like
I think
you
kids
could
would
have
come
a
over and
roller
play all the
coaster room.
time.
You could have like a pinball room, like all
Oh,
pinball
yeah,
machines.
I love
yeah.
Like the
Arcade.
creek in the
Arcade,
cave.
arcade,
Have an
yeah.
arcade.
You could. I mean, it could be
Yeah.
like.
It's just really like a Mohegan Sun.
It really
kind
is
of what I
kind
wanna
of
do.
like a
I just
casino.
wanna live in a
There would be
Mohegan
a
Sun.
casino.
There-
So,
there- I'd have a college.
oh yeah, I'd have a university. Girl,
Why?
Yale.
Why is that? What do you want to do with this college? You want to learn or you want to talk to
I
the...
just want to befriend more
I-
black people. It'd be very affirmative action. I just want more black friends.
Black Yale?
Black
It's
Yale.
Black Girl Yale. Yeah, Black Girls
Revamp.
Black
Yale.
Girl Yale.
Girl Yale, fully reloaded.
You the BJ one? Fully. 3D.
3D. Girl Yale, 3D, fully reloaded.
Oh my god. Okay, so what would you do with unlimited money if it wasn't just a
God.
house?
If it wasn't a house,
Oh.
I think I'd just I just go everywhere
Yeah,
with like all
I'd
my
always-
best friends, and I'd just have a blast. I would just travel. Also, it takes like no money for me to feel rich. I'm like, oh,
Same.
right? I don't need a lot to be like I am literally rolling.
I
in
had that
it.
the other day with my biweekly paycheck.
Yeah.
Is I had like $700 and I was like I will never run out of money.
I know.
So whatever I could buy it's unlimited money.
Totally,
And
totally.
It's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah.
The Winchester effect.
Winchester.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like I'd travel. I'd probably donate. You know what I'm saying?
Unlimited.
She donated a lot. She left.
Yeah.
This is where the 13th thing comes in again. She left her will. She signed her will 13 times.
That's
it was
not real.
Yeah, I think it is real. Both things can be true. Not everything has to be made up from a roller
All
coaster
right,
tycoon.
fine. Well, it is.
Too.
It's all Mamie.
It's all mammy.
It's all
What
Mamie.
mammy tell you?
Mammy's a brains.
I'm just a pretty face.
I'm just a pretty
That's
face.
me, John Brown. That's why I go door to
Wait,
door.
who's the famous John Brown?
John Brown band.
Isn't
guy,
there a
right?
abolitionist?
I'm thinking abolitionist John Brown, but that
Oh,
one's
I'm thinking
Yes.
Right?
He was a white guy.
Yeah, he's a white guy.
Who took all of his sons to
Yes.
lead the first slave rebellion, and he took over
Didn't he get like he got shot? He got killed,
He did.
right?
He took
Yeah.
over a federal arms reserve, like with all this ammunition and stuff. But none of the slaves wanted to fight because they were too scared.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "Fuck!" And then like the Marines came. and killed him.
yeah, and like
Wow.
gunned him down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I
Fucking
feel so
nuts.
bad. That's what. Hey, you try to be an ally. Look what happens.
Look, you joined John Brown band, and
And
Zach
nobody
Brown-
comes to your show.
you know you like a chicken fried.
You're like I'm gonna do great in the black demographic, and then nobody shows up to your slave rebellion. How embarrassing! You're like, I represent the voice of the people, and they're all like, yeah, I don't know that guy.
I don't know John.
That honky? I don't know John.
I know he's trying to like do something so nice. We're like,
Yeah, he's really overstepping.
we don't want to be a part of this.
You know, he really
you guys
just wants to
actually
say.
tried too hard.
You know, he really just
I
wants to
was
say
trying
the
way
N
too
word,
hard.
right? That's all he's doing.
This is all just
He
projection.
thinks this gives him street cred.
Exactly right. It so is like a white. It's
Yeah.
the
The white
white
guy
savior.
it's
try
the
hard.
first wigger.
Yeah, there we go.
Take
John,
it out.
what's that on your head? This is a do-rag like you guys. It's cool.
It's a don't rag on you, man. Take it
It's
off.
a no rag.
It's a no
it's
rag
a don't.
for me.
It's a
Yeah,
don't rag.
All your kids too. Please take them off.
Are those monkeys on your socks?
Yeah, they're having a day at the beach.
Yeah.
What?
Who would you rather be? Would you rather be Sarah or would you rather be William?
Who's William?
William's her dead husband. But we always ask
I'd
that
rather
question.
be Sarah.
We always ask that question.
It's true.
I'd rather be Sarah.
And
Okay.
Zach?
Why would I want to be?
A
I
dead William?
die of
It's
TB.
pretty obvious you're.
I
you'd
die
be
of.
Sarah.
I'm obsessed with
It's
Sarah.
consumption. You'd be a consumption slut.
You know, I already am.
That's true.
I just caught for blood.
Oh, it's coming from her mouth.
Ah, so she bleeds out from two places at once.
Charles, who would you rather be?
Sarah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd rather be Sarah too.
Really?
Well, yeah.
Well, usually we pick. Usually you
You
got to go.
mean it.
Usually I do. You got to go with the bigger lifespan generally.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
sometimes these people live miserable lives.
But I don't
Like
think she
Asia
was-
Wilkes Booth, for instance.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that John Wilkes?
John
Booth's
Wilkes' sister.
Sister.
Really like. I think I'd almost rather be John.
Well, totally, because I bet she was like stalked and demonized.
She was ostracized. She was
Yeah.
demonized. She
Yeah.
moved to England. She was very sad with her husband, who ignored her and cheated on her. And she wrote
Wow.
poetry and tried to
gotta read
humanize
it.
her brother.
I gotta
who
read
used
her
to play in the
poems.
dirt
I bet
as a
she's
kid.
really good.
Yeah.
Of that era, kidding me? The female.
No, she was actually pretty. People said she was bad at
Yeah.
poetry.
Well,
people
that's
actually
just
didn't-
because she's related to John.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We
I'll
could
be
look
to
some
judge
up.
that. I'll be. Should I look up in Asia?
Asia Wilkes Booth.
I just
Original
Googled
Asia?
Asia.
An original Asia.
Is
You
that
just
bad?
play
Or
a
am I wasting
20-minute
time?
progressive rock song.
I just am curious. Maybe we don't have time.
No, we don't have to. We don't have to.
All
do
right, then I
Asia.
put
If
it
you
away.
want to hear about Asia Booth, go listen to the first
Oh, yeah.
episode of the
Yeah.
podcast.
Easy.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So we did Who Would You Rather Be? Do you have any closing thoughts, Maggie? I mean, we
Man.
might just be wrapping it up here on Sarah. Anything we didn't get to?
I feel like we covered a lot.
I think we did cover a lot. Never stopped working. The depression. Oh, this is the last thing.
Yeah.
The Masons.
Oh, right.
The Masons. The
Wait,
secret
one,
order.
One quick little thing before the last thing. You know, she had a lock of hair, her husband's lock of hair,
Yes.
and her daughter's lock of hair in a safe in the ballroom.
Whoa.
So sweet.
It's
and touching.
sweet.
Kind of
It's
creepy,
sweet.
but overall sweet.
So
that
I
was
mean,
a big part of the
I don't
corporate
know.
game.
Was that hair in a
The
bagel?
corporate game featured the hair quite a bit.
Really?
Oh yeah.
They were like, make sure you talk about the hair.
Yeah, and it's that was
Hair's a
thing.
big seller.
And that's why I put it in the bagel this
Yeah.
morning.
Well, you know
You
what?
ate,
It's part of the
Yeah.
Zoom.
you ate baby Marasmus's hair.
You guys won the game first.
I don't think I
first
digested
winners
that hair's
ever. You won't
protein.
be fired from corporate LLC. Whatever. Okay.
Oh, the hair. Hold on,
So
let me-
the
let me-
Mason thing.
Yes. Let me.
The Mason thing, I think I listened to something where there were signs of the Freemason. There was hinting
The
at
daisy in the sun.
yeah, there were signs that they
Oh,
used and like
interesting.
Symbols.
She told people to go if
Oh.
you entered the house, you had to go in through the northwest of the house, and that's also where the Freemasons entered things. So there were
Yeah, there's a lot of like parallels, I guess, because people are
Yeah.
trying to point to her as a
An outsider, a pariah, like a
yeah, but also, well, I don't know. The Masons are kind of complex because they're like a secret society,
right.
But nobody really knows what they do,
Right.
if anything.
Yeah.
But also, they're supposed to be controlling everything.
They're making
Yeah.
jars.
So yeah, they're just making jars, guys.
We all
It's
know.
pretty simple. So she goes to France. She joins Girl Masons, which it was the only
Are
place.
you in Girl Mason?
It was the only place where you could be a woman.
Well,
Mason.
that's right. That's right. They said
yeah.
that.
There's theories about the numbering and
Yeah.
the weird quotes and like that the whole house is some puzzle left for future generations to
Yeah.
unlock about. And so
Right.
there was a really weird theory about how she built the house in the fourth dimension and that it doesn't
Oh.
make sense in our dimension.
Wow.
But then if you open some, like if you unlock the secret to
That's
the
so
house,
cool.
and it's like fucking Interstellar, you know, behind the bookcase
Yeah,
is like
yeah,
the,
yeah.
all of the worlds, the whole
Totally.
universe.
Wow.
So if you're in, I don't know, if you can transcend into controlling the fourth dimension, that this house will make sense.
Totally. I mean, I love it. That's my favorite so far.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So great.
It's a good one.
Not as good as my genetic ghost theory, but
I like
It's
it.
at the-
I've never
It's
heard of
critical
genetic
ghost theory.
Yeah, critical ghost theory.
critical ghost theory. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was kind of the last theory. So
Nice.
how do we want to wrap it up, Chuck? What do you think?
So Sarah Winchester, we've covered her. We've listed a lot of theories. There's a
Backity-back.
million out there. If you enjoy your backity-back, tell us what you thought. Hit us up. Get us a, what's our email? Overshadowed@gmail.com.
Overshadowedpod@gmail.com.
Overshadowpod@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Instagram. Leave a comment on YouTube. And I think the jury's out. We don't think that she was possessed by ghosts in any way. We believe she was
Or haunted.
Yeah.
or haunted.
Or involved.
Maybe just
Exactly.
She didn't explore that world.
at all.
I don't
Or
think so.
maybe she did through the Masons.
So maybe she was a Freemason who hinted at the society on the house. She wasn't possessed by ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was just grieving
Yeah.
and was obsessed with something.
I think she's just a goth architect with OCD.
okay.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I think that kind of sums her up.
Grievin' goth. Yeah.
And that the Browns came in, curated the story to make a quick buck.
Absolutely.
I think so. But if you guys think of something different, which there are a lot of theories running around out there.
Yeah.
I
I want to go now. I want to go to the
Hit
house
us
so
up,
bad.
yeah.
I did buy tickets for us.
if that should be our leading Patreon tier, if you pay for us,
Yeah.
we will go with you to the Winchester
Yeah.
Mystery House.
The Winchester Mystery.
Mystery House.
The Mystery.
I can almost smell the piss.
Do you smell my piss in there?
Oh, this was a really piss. We got into more piss than I thought we would.
I have
on
a
this
friend who likes
episode.
to be locked in the bathroom while his girlfriend's pissed.
All right.
Oh,
Isn't that weird?
okay.
He told me that once, and I go,
you've
"You
been
gotta
saying-
stop."
the
You've been saying a lot
fuck?
of upsetting tidbits in the last
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Whoa, guys! I let you guys talk
So I
however
see
you
women
wanted
get
to.
blinded on TikTok. What do you guys? What comes up for you guys? Interesting. All right. Well.
Yeah, but
The
hit us
friend
up.
is
We hope
me.
you've enjoyed. We might do. I kind of want to do Marcus Aurelius' brother next, but that's going to be a big
Oh.
one. So we'll see. Hit us up if you have a sibling or a spouse you'd like us to cover, potentially a brotherhood or a sisterhood, because we'll cover brotherhoods of any kind. If you're like, I want to cover the other guy in NWA that is an Ice Cube, we'll cover that brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Charles?
I know.
You know, if it's not
Charles.
too soon, you could do Aaron. Well, it's too soon. Aaron Carter.
Aaron Carter.
There's a lot of theories about
Oh
him.
yeah,
About
there
his
are a
death.
lot of theories about him.
That he was haunted by ghosts.
He was.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Anyway.
thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Maggie, for
Oh my
joining.
gosh, it was
Thank
so
you.
Is there
fun.
anything you'd like to plug?
Yes. I'd like to plug. I have a solo show at Tiny Cupboard, Sex Witch the Musical. It's the story of my time as a teen witch. It is a funny, hilarious musical.
It's a great show.
Thank you,
It's very,
Charles.
very funny.
And yeah, so December 8th, 7 p.m., Tiny Cupboard in Bushwick. Please come out.
Yeah, I was singing those songs for weeks.
Oh, good.
They're great. Yeah, they're
Nice.
great.
Yeah, apparently
I gotta
they're
come see
catchy.
it. I gotta see it.
Oddities
They're
in
very-
the house. That's from the show.
And follow you at Mags
Yeah,
Lal.
at Mags Lals on
Lals.
TikTok and Instagram and Twitter, if it still exists.
Follow her. She has a lot of very fun content. Very
you so
funny.
much.
She should be blowing up more than other people.
Oh.
You didn't hear it from me.
Wow. Thank you.
I would never say something nice about Maggie. You didn't hear it from me. You can follow the pod at overshadowed_podcast on Instagram, on TikTok. You can follow me, Zach Russell Comedy, all those places.
And you can follow me at Charles_Ingle. Listen to the pod. Leave a review.
Tell
follow
your
our friends.
Come on, we put a lot of work into this
Yeah,
thing.
it takes forever to write up this doc.
I mean, I bought
The sheet is so long.
the sheet's long, but it's full of info.
I have to delete it. I'm running
Wouldn't
out
it be
of
hard without
storage.
the sheet, though?
It would be so hard.
Yeah,
The sheet helps.
you need the sheet. And now we got to go return this $280 mic we bought from Guitar Center.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Best Buy didn't have it.
And it
my
closes at 5
God.
today, so we're going to wait till tomorrow. Get it.
Oh, jeez.
Get out!
It's like a bank. They're pretty lax at Guitar Center. Yeah, so we got to go return that because, guys, we do it all for you. So thank you. Sign up for the Patreon if you can. We got bonus content up there and really trying to put more work into the pod. So we appreciate you guys. And, yeah, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.